Y ahora tú solo queda amor más. Tira, tira, tira. Hey.
Let's get ready to rumble!
What up? What up? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, world? Salute, salute. It's your boy, it's your host, Ryan from the Six, man. What's going on? What's good? What's good? I hope everybody's having a good day. You know, it is the hump day, Wednesday. And shout out to all my American friends, man. Thanksgiving for y'all. Was it tomorrow? So shout out to everybody celebrating Thanksgiving, and shout out to everybody for tuning in. Make sure when you come in, smash that like button, show that support to the channel so we can get some more people in here, have a better conversation, and get some boxing heads, get some new opinions. I'm always down to hear what you guys got to say, and obviously you know, reach out to a community and basically make new friends and new partners up in here. That's what it's all about for me, man, is enjoying the space, enjoying the conversations, and figuring out what the boxing fans are looking at and what's next for us as boxing fans to look forward to. And I think we got a lot to look forward to. Today we're gonna talk about, the guys who fought on the weekend, what's probably in store for them. We'll dip into the Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez situation, like what's going on there. And shout out to Sabril Matias. It looks like it sounds like it's not an adverse finding. It's just he didn't test high enough over the threshold level for the Austrian. I'm not, I'm saying, I'm not gonna harp too deep into that. If he didn't go over, he didn't go over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of people are talking about like, oh, well, Ryan Garcia was over whatever. He had Austrian in his system. No, that's facts. But they said he was like 60 times over the limit. So when I heard over the limit, I was like, oh, there's a limit. I mean, I didn't know there was a limit like most people, I didn't know that. But yeah, man, there's a limit. Obviously, shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all drop a like when you come in, subscribe to the channel, and share it, repost it on Twitter. Shout out to the boxing world, man. It's on fire, man. Shout out to Devin Haney. Goes into 147, faces Jose Ramirez, a two-time champion, and then faces arguably the best welterweight in Brian Norman Jr. and beats him. We'll see what's next in store for Devin Haney. David Benavidez is out here, straight demon time. Straight, like, man, he took Yard out, man. Nothing I could say. I thought Yard was gonna go the whole 12, and David did it faster than Better BF and Sergey Kovalev. So shout out to David, but I think he surprised us all when he said he's gonna be fighting Zerto Ramirez May Cinco de Mayo weekend. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us was like, damn, bro. Okay. And Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. Both of them have been going back and forth for a while now. I would say years now. And I think we're at that point, man. We want to see that fight. We want to see how it plays out. A lot of us are like looking at it like, man, Teofimo Lopez, he needs a fight. We can say that he's great. I think he's had the success being a two-time lineal champ. Josh Taylor, Lomachenko, those are his big wins, obviously. But we want more. We want more as boxing fans. And we think Teofimo Lopez hasn't given us that. If he can get Shakur Stevenson, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. So shout out to those guys. Hopefully they can get that fight locked in, man. Shout out to my guy Mars, 6 in the building. He said, what Charlo say? They make the limit to non-responsive. Nah, you right, bro. You're right, man. Charlo, he funny, man. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you smash that like button when you come in like Ann Wolf, y'all. You know what it is.
Could he fight her?
Oh, big right hand. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
Shout out to everybody who supports the channel, man. I really appreciate it. Shout out to all the members, subscribers, and people checking in with me, man. I really appreciate the support. Keeps the boy rolling, keeps me going, and yeah, man, keeps me motivated. Yep. But y'all, let's talk about these topics, man. Let's get into these topics and these discussions that we gonna have today. We got obviously we got a lot of different things going on, man. You got Devin Haney. Bill Haney popped up on the Boxing Voice today to give his opinion on things. And Bill Haney's been very, very open in the public about which fight they want next, man. And that's Rolly Romero. So I think that's an interesting matchup. I think that's something that can be made. Rolly's kind of been out for a while now since that win versus Ryan, and it kind of looks like he hasn't had any he has a mandatory, but there hasn't been anything set in stone for him to fight. So you got to think, if you Rolly Romero, then maybe you gonna entertain this Devin Haney fight because there's nothing really else on the table. Rolly Romero's been talking crazy about Devin for a long time, making jokes about being his daddy, saying he ain't got no punching power. So maybe it's an easy fight for Rolly. Rolly's showing more boxing ability as lately. Benavidez, is his era coming? Is it Benavidez time? Are we gonna see David Benavidez take the mantle? He's talking about activity, being extremely active. He's also talking about going up to cruiserweight to fight Zerto. And I don't know if he'll come back down, y'all. I think him coming back down to 75 after going up to cruiserweight may hurt him, but he can be a heavyweight, maybe a heavyweight. And heavyweight's the glamour division in boxing, so we'll see. And then Shakur and Teo, we haven't heard much buzz about that fight being official. That kind of scares me because I think we're approaching 3 months out from that fight, from the supposed date. So, unless they push it back, then it makes sense. But if not, then I don't know, man. I don't know what we're gonna get that fight. Like, I don't know if it's on Teo's end or if it's on Shakur's end. I don't know, man. I don't think it's on Shakur's end, but hey, it could be. Crazier things have happened in boxing, So it could be on Shakur's end, but it sounds like it's on Teo's end. Shakur Stevenson said he signed, so it's like one of them things where we just waiting for Teo, I guess. But we'll see, man. My man Mars 6, he said Benavidez is taking Canelo's date May 2nd. Hell yeah, man. We gonna see, man. We're gonna see. Big Nello might push up on that, man. Shout out to Z Pacino in the building. I didn't get my man Mars his horns, man. I'm sleep, man. But yeah, let's get into the first topic, man. Let's talk about this boy Devin Haney, what he got going on. Obviously, it sounds like they're trying to chase undisputed at 147. They just beat Brian Norman Jr., so they had the WBO title, and they're putting the targets on Rolly Romero, who has the WBA title. Now, the only thing that could block this road, and what I'm seeing is blocking, is obviously Eddie Hearn and Shakur Giyasov. I believe they are the mandatory for Rolly Romero. I don't know if it's been called. The WBA, they may have said they mandated it, but I feel like if they really did mandate the fight, then why are we like not hearing about negotiations? Why are we not hearing about Eddie Hearn putting an event together with PBC or sending Shakur Giyasov over there to the PBC to do this event? We should be hearing about it, but we're not hearing about it for whatever reason. I think Shakur Giyasov is not going to take step aside this time. And I think that because the last time he took step aside money was for Stanionis and Boots to fight. And they fought, and then literally Boots vacated, and then somehow, whatever, Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia fought for some interim title, and Shakim Giasov was the one who's ranked number 1, and he never even got a chance to fight for an interim title. This guy was literally number 1, and Ryan Garcia and Rolly weren't even in the division. Like, they weren't even ranked. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how nasty the WBA was with Shakim Giasov. So they weren't even ranked, and they got to fight for a title that he should have got to fight for, or probably in his fight that, you know, he had on that undercard with Stanionis and Boots. He was on that undercard. Maybe that should have been for the interim title, and then he would have got elevated. But Rolly Romero got the belt. He got elevated. He got the belt. Rolly Romero's like, what? Is he 2 division champion? So I'm looking at it like, damn, the WBA already screwed over Shakim Giasov. So now Shakim Giasov's not going to do the WBA any favors and give them that big fight for Rolly Romero. Or sorry, Haney and Rolly Romero. He's not going to just sit there and be like, nah, bro, we gonna do step aside again. Nah, they already seen what this looked like, bro. They got step aside already. And then Stanionis and Boots fight. Boots wins the belt. Boots vacate. And then somehow Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia end up fighting for the interim. And Shakim Giasov's left on the outside. And, you know, it's crazy because, like, when you heard Shakim Giasov after his last fight, you know, he was crying, man. The man said he lost his daughter. You know, he promising her a world title. So when I heard that, I'm like, nah, that man is not taking no step aside money, bro. He lost his daughter, bro. That man's on a mission. You know, we saw it, or we kind of saw this story with Caleb Plant, right? When he promised his daughter a world title and then he won the IBF title. That was beautiful, man. Shout out to Caleb Plant. Shakim Giasov's kind of on that same time, man. I think so. But we'll see, man. Shout out to Theosophists, man. My bad if I botched that. He said Shakim is super high risk, low reward. Nah, you facts, man. That's facts, bro. He is. Shakim Giasov is a good little fighter, and I think he's gonna disrupt Rolly, but I just don't think he's gonna take step aside money this time for Haney and Rolly to fight unless they offer him life-changing money. I mean, they can't offer him a bag, especially if I don't know if they'll work with Turkey Al-Sheikh, because Rolly Romero, as y'all remember, at the end of his fight in Times Square, he came out and exposed a lot of things about the buildup, man. Him not being involved in any of the promotion. You know, he said he was treated bad, wasn't treated great. You know, there were stories about his hotel. You know, he wasn't in the same spot as like. There was a lot of things that Rolly Romero came out and just spoke on his experience with Turkey Al-Sheikh and how they treated him coming into the fight. And, you know, you think about it now, he may not come back ever again and fight for them. And Carlos Adames, too, he kind of like saying some of the lines, the same things. Like, they try to get to Saudi early and they were denied. And, you know, it's kind of like he hasn't ever been talking about going back to Saudi, especially for the Janibek fight. That was something Turkey Al-Sheikh was trying to make. And it just seems to me like, you know, some of these guys is they're not happy with the experience, man. Shout out to Just Do Boxing. What's going on, my brother? Y'all tap in with Just Do. He always here, man, every day. I think 4 p.m. he goes live on YouTube. Check out Just Do Boxing, man. Shout out to Detroit in the building. What's going on, man? Salute to the room, man. Salute to the room, man. Coach Eddie in the building. What's going on, Coach Eddie? Salute my brother. My man Mars, he said they don't even have Rolly in the top 10 welterweight. Oh, yeah, you right, bro. I think I saw something like that. That's on the ring, right? Yeah, let me go over there and swing by there because I don't understand how you don't have a champion in the top 10. And is it updated? Yeah, November 24th, they updated it. And brother, you right. They got, let me share this page. This is crazy, bro. Like, this is just straight bias. This is just nasty work at the highest level. And Turkey Al-Sheikh gotta cut this out, bro. He in his feelings, man. He mad because Rolly spoke on him. Like, Devin Haney's number 1. Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. Brian Norman Jr. is number 2. You know, I get why Brian Norman Jr. You can say he's number 2 because Mario Barrios hasn't had a successful title defense yet. He's had draws. Like his first 2 defenses been draws, man. So I can see why they could have Norman at 2. But I think Barrios should be sitting at 3. And actually, I think Roley should be at 2. Yeah, Roley should be in at 2. Brian should be at 3. Barrios should be at 4. And then who's the other champ? Lewis Crocker should be at 5. They don't even have Lewis Crocker in here. They got Mario Barrios. So they got champions under contenders in the Ring magazine. So I hate to do this, y'all. But is Turkey Al-Sheikh messing up the Ring belt prestige and what we know it as? Because I always thought the Ring was, the best fighters, the best in the division 1 and 2. So like this man got contenders above champions. So is that ranking system, like what's the merit of it? We need to find out what the ranking system of the Ring, because Rolly Romero, he's a champion. He got a win over Ryan Garcia, man. So I don't know, man. Like this whole Ring magazine ranking, it looked just looked dumb, bro. Like they got Shakum Gisov, who's a mandatory, over the champion. Like Rolly not even in the top 10. And then they got Mario Barrios at 10, who's a champion. I know he ain't won, but them other guys ain't champs. Like, let's just call it what it is. They not champs. So how they get more value when they not beating, the champ, or haven't even faced the champ? It's crazy. Shout out to Anthony Forbes in the building. What's going on, champ? Salute. He said Ring slow. Yeah, man. The guy, man. Yo, it's crazy, man. Shout out to the guys, though, man. Shout out to all the guys. Shout out to the whole crew. Shout out to the set.
No, I mean guy. Oh. No, I mean guy. Guy Zerini. A geyser, a guy that does what a guy does. A guy's guy.
A guy's guy?
Yeah, Guy Lafleur. Guy Fieri. No? It's not making sense to you? Maybe I'm not even speaking English. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking Guyanese.
To the guys. Shout out to all the guys out there. But yo, man, that Ring magazine, I don't know. That's the only one I looked at. I haven't looked at the other divisions, but that one's terrible, yo. 147. Whatever they got going on there, it just look like a lot of politics. A lot of politicking going on there. That one looks trash, bro. Straight up. And I don't know, maybe looking at 54, it might even be worse. Well, I guess Virgil Ortiz got some good wins, but how you got Virgil over Sebastian, who was unified? He was unified. I know he dropped the belt, but he didn't lose the belt to somebody. He just dropped it. And then you got Madrimov at 3 over Backram. And Madrimov's on like a 2-fight losing streak. Man, yo, the Ring trash, bro. They messing up that belt. That's what they doing. That's crazy. They really messing up they whole thing. But like, because like I'm looking at them rankings, they don't even make sense. Like the Ring rankings make 0 sense right now. Y'all can't explain this to me at all, man. Maybe they got a criteria that they following, and they just haven't showed us what it is. But my man Coach Eddie said, I think the Ring magazine is trying to discredit the belts. Okay, well, they got to do a better job, because the guys they putting above them, they don't really have a case, right? Man, my man is Dro Lara. Sorry, I don't know how to say that, man. I'm just gonna say IS in the building. What's going on? Salute from Southern California, South Cal in the building. What up, Lara? Salute to you. Thank you for dropping in at the channel. Hopefully you like what you're seeing and you subscribe, and keep joining me, man. I go live twice a week, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you follow me and subscribe, just hit the alert button. You'll figure out when I'm on. But he said easy draw. Okay, I get you, bro. Salute to Mars, man, for that one. Yeah. So back to these weird rankings, yo. Basically they got Virgil Ortiz at number 1 at 154. I personally think Sebastian Fedor should be one because he was unified. He beat Tim Tszyu for both belts. Israel Madrimov should not be at 3, all considering what Backram has done. Xander is probably in around the right spot, 4 or 5, I'd say. I think I can move Backram up to 3. Virgil, I'd move to 2. Sebastian to 1. Jesus Ramos is looking to go to 60, so I guess he'll drop out once he fights at 60. Boots Ennis, I think, is about fine at 6. I mean, this is better than the welterweight one, but I mean, I don't know. I don't understand their ranking system, the way they're moving around with it, but it's all right, man. It's all right. I think doesn't matter. We as the fans know what we want to see, and we want to see Devin Haney and Broly next. We do want to see that fight, bro. That's going to be a good fight. If they can get it done. Obviously, Broly may have a mandatory to fight, so if that happens, then it's like, okay, do we want Devin Haney to pivot? Because we're hoping that Devin Haney could win the Broly fight next, and then if Ryan Garcia gonna fight Barrios, you got to kind of hope Ryan Garcia could pull it off. But me myself personally, I'm not sold on Ryan Garcia, yo. I don't think Ryan Garcia is this great fighter. Never have. He hasn't shown us much, man. But this is all Ryan Garcia doing. It's all he's known for, really. He's just
doing what I do. All white, looking nice. Okay, come through.
I don't know if Ryan Garcia is taking the fight serious or not.
Yeah, man, just a joker, the whole clown. I mean, he talked good, he sound good, but in that Rolly fight he was running, man, he got clipped, put down, and he was never the same. Like, he was gun shy, and obviously this is off the Austrian, so it's kind of weird how we're looking at the two fighters off that fight. Devin Haney, his first fight back, people thought he was too cautious. His second fight, he fights a puncher, arguably, and Brian Norman Jr., who people say is harder puncher than Ryan Garcia. He stays in the pocket with him. And then, Ryan Garcia come out here, no Austrian, and he can't even win a damn fight, man. Like, what's wrong with this dude?
Yeah.
So we just got to look at Ryan Garcia like he a whole fucking joke, because he over here trying to speak about Triple G's career, other fighters. He up on the Ring Network talking, and I'm just like, man, Turk, what's going on right now? You got this clown up here who dissed your whole people, disrespected the sport, but you got him up on your channel, your brand, campaigning, talking nonsense about Hall of Famers like Triple G, bro. Like,
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
pack him up, man. Get him out of here. And I hope that Barrios, I hope Barrios beats freaking Ryan Garcia, man. like honestly, I do want to see Haney and Ryan too, just because I know Devin Haney wants it back in blood, but I just don't think Ryan Garcia is that guy. I never thought he was. Not about to start thinking he is. But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what he brings to the table if he can. But as far as Devin Haney, he good, man. He in the driver's seat at 147. He got a title now. He had a good performance. I thought, he cruised at the end of that fight. A lot of people didn't like that, but he laid that trap, man, where Brian Norman had to go get him. That's what it was, and he just couldn't get it done. But we moving on. But I don't think Lewis Crocker, who's with Matchroom, is gonna fight Devin Haney. I don't think Eddie Hearn's gonna put any of his guys in the ring with Devin Haney. Eddie Hearn don't want Bill Haney to have the satisfaction of beating his guys. So Conor Benn sitting there ringside. Conor Benn is not getting in the ring with Devin Haney. He'll get outclassed. He won't even touch Devin Haney. Lewis Crocker, probably, I don't know if he's a tougher opponent than Conor Benn. Like, Conor Benn's another guy. He's like Ryan Garcia too. He do a lot of talking, but ain't done nothing. Literally nada. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even win a regional title in the UK. You know how you hear about the Commonwealth and the European Conor Benn's not even done that. So he really like unaccomplished. At least Ryan Garcia won some interim title against Luke Campbell back in the day. He didn't even do that. So Conor Benn really ain't it at all either. Conor Benn needs to do some work. I don't know why people so high on Conor Benn for it. Like they need to show me like some people say sample size. We need to see some sample size because I mean Chris Eubank Jr. is mid, and like that's his best win because he went up to 160 and beat him. But shoot, I think Devin Haney beat the brakes off Chris Eubank Jr. So I think a lot of those 47 pounders can beat the brakes off Chris Eubank Jr. And Conor Benn just ain't it, man. I don't know why he's so gassed, why he think he's the guy. He's just not the guy, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like he got no skills. Go in the ring with some of those guys, Devin Haney, Shakur, and they'll make him look silly, man. So he needs to stop acting like that and just stay in your lane, bro. You're a domestic fighter. That's good. Do your stuff over there. But like, come on, man. Unless you really gonna step up to the plate and fight these guys, don't be on the sideline just talking like you the guy. Man, shout out to Detroit. He said he ain't. You thinking right. Yeah, man, he ain't it, man. Riding off his daddy's name fast, man. It's crazy. That's some UK she said. Steroids. He's on them steroids, bro. Nah, we can't even be on that tip because I don't mess with that, man. I don't mess with that at all. Guys who are on the steroids, they need to go home, bro. They need to pack them up, get them out.
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Yeah, we don't need them guys in the sport, bro. Doing dumb shit. Straight up. You doing steroids, all that other stuff. We don't need you, bro. We don't need you. Pack you up, get him out of boxing. But I think for Devin Haney, he should set his eyes on Rolly Romero next. The 147 division is not deep. It's not full of names. So it's gonna be tough for Devin Haney because I think he's in a point of his career where he wants legacy fights, big name fights. And you look at 147, there's not much depth. It's not like 154 where you can go fight a non-champion, could be a possibly big fight. There's just not enough name value at 147, man, when you look at it up and down. Now, there's a lot of guys coming up in the division, like the Rohan Polancos, Tiger Johnsons. There's a couple 40-pounders who have moved up now. Even Teofimo Lopez was talking about fighting Jaron Ennis at 47. He has yet to do it, right? He has yet to really make that jump to 47. He'll be fighting Shakur at 40, should that fight happen. But yeah, I think a lot of those 40-pounders are going to start to move up. I heard Richard Hitchens. He's been talking about, moving up, floating. He wants a Devin Haney fight. And even going as far as to calling, Brian Norman Jr. trash, saying he was a bum. I thought that was crazy. But, those guys say what they want to say, man. I'm not going to get into that. I don't call fighters bums. I don't believe in saying that type of stuff. I'm not a fighter. Never been in the ring with Brian Norman Jr. Never been punched on by him. So I can never say no crazy stuff like that about a fighter. But, apparently Richard Hitchens shared the ring with him in sparring. And before the fight, I think it was, he was saying that Devin Haney was going to win because Brian Norman Jr. is not very good. And then he extended it by calling him a bum. And, I think that's when Senior said they can get it next, right? They after they beat Haney, they'll fight Hitchens. I mean, maybe they take Hitchens if Hitchens comes up to 47, but I don't know if that man's ready for Brian Norman Jr. We'll have to see, man. But as right now, just based on what Devin Haney's bringing to the table, I would like to see him face Rolly Romero. I think that's a great matchup. If they can't get it done, it's going to be difficult, man, but they might have to go for Lewis Crocker. And it's like, that's a fight you got to get somehow Turkey Al-Sheikh to sign off on, because Eddie Hearn is not going to play nice with y'all. So that'd be a fight you'd have to get in Saudi. And I don't know if that's one that people are going to beg for to see or watch. So it might fall really low on the card. You know what I'm saying? So you see the way he act, he on that steroids. Yeah. Yeah, Conor Ben always got big energy for somebody, man. That's true. He always got some big energy. And I don't even understand it, man. This is kind of like a side topic, but I also saw that Maloney, will not be taking a step aside for the IBF title, the last title that Bam Rodriguez needed to be undisputed. And you know, he's not waiting. Bam's like, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna move up to 118. And shout out to Bam Rodriguez, moving up to 118, closer to Inoue. You know that Inoue fight's the one we all want to see, Bam and Inoue. But why not go, if you're going up to 118, go fight Inoue's little brother who holds the WBC belt at 118, Takuma Inoue. Go beat the brakes off Takuma, because Naoe, he's got to fight in December, and then he's going to be fighting against Junto. You know, so we got to wait 2 fights anyway for Bam. So we might as well get busy, Bam. You're going up to one. And I say we because Bam, one of my favorite fighters, man. But Bam's going up to 118. Go face Takuma Inoue. Go over to Japan. You know, beat him up. Look over in the corner and tell Big Bro, I want you next, man. After you done your work with Picasso and Junto, we want you next. That's how you start it, man. That's how you start the rivalry. That's how you start the build up. You go over to Japan and you beat up on little bro. And then you go tell him, man, yo, Naoya Inoue, we want you in 2027 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's bring this shit over to America. That's what you gotta do, man. And Bam Rodriguez, he's already kind of like a legacy fighter too. 25. I think he's 24. And motherfuckers got stupid accolades, man. So I like it, bro. Yeah, man, that's what you gotta do, Mars. So I'm saying, I mean, shout out to Ness. He was like, no, you gotta get right into it. I'm like, nah, bro. He can't, because anyway, got 2 fights lined up. So you gotta go beat on little bro and tell little bro to go get your other bro. Yeah, go get big bro, man. You ain't it, man. Go get big bro. Bring him over here. You know, Bam Rodriguez is here, man. And I think he the one of the few dudes that can go in there and beat a lot of these Japanese fighters. Because, you know, Japan, they got the lower weights, man. They got them things unlocked over there. So if I go into 118 right now, I'll just go to the ring, because, like, I'm not sure who else. I could tell y'all a few fighters just from looking in the 118. Yo, these weight divisions don't get talked about enough. But even on what was it, Monday? Yeah, that's when Takuma Inoue fought on Monday. Fought against shoot, bro, I forget that guy's name. Dude who fought Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather, the kickboxer. Shoot, what's his name, bro? Oh, Tenshin. Yeah, right here, bro. Tenshin Nasawaka, whatever. That dude is only 7-1. His only loss is Takuma Inoue. Well, he was 7-0 when he fought Takuma. But they fought for the WBC title. Here are the 118 rankings. So Susumi, he just beat Takuma Inoue. But Antonio Vargas, he has the WBA belt. He's American. So that's a possible fight Bam Rodriguez can make. You know, do that over here in America. But if we go to Japan, oh damn, why I reset everything? If we go to Japan, then it's got to be Takuma Inoue, who has a WBC belt for sure. You know, Jason Maloney, I think Bam's past that. You know, you don't need him. And maybe Nishida, I think he has the IBF title. Yeah, bro, I think Takuma Inoue, though, you gotta put your whole attention on him if you want the Inoue fight. I think Bam Rodriguez wants the Inoue fight, so I think that's where he should go with that. Takuma Inoue, beat up on him, and then look over in the corner and say, yo, come get your mans, pick him up. After you stop Takuma, come pick up your mans. And then when you done with Junto, you're going to get this work too, bro. You're going to get this work. That's how you got to tell him, bro. So Sabril Matias, he's cleared of his drug test. Apparently, he's under the threshold of the Austrian. You know what I'm saying? He under, so he good. Sabril, not a drug cheat. But that's crazy how the WBC went ahead and put that out there. They learned from the Ryan situation. And it makes you real suspicious, makes me suspicious now, because apparently Ryan, they knew like of the results before he got in the ring with Haney. That's why you start to see people from the commission start resigning from their jobs once the news broke from VADA, of course, that the drug test was failed. People started running, people started moving, and I think this time around the WBC was like, we're gonna get ahead of this. We're gonna say we found something. We're gonna do the other test to make sure it's not over the limit. But I just hate that we're even talking about Austrian again, bro. Yo, Austrian sound like it's a real drug in boxing though, because I think Perfekin was caught with Austrian too, and they erased like, I want to say like 10 years of his wins because they found it like dating back, which is insane that this man was passing tests with Austrian in his system and beating people, knocking people out. I'm pretty sure he knocked out Dillian White in one of those fights. Shout out to Dillian White. He can't talk about Devin Haney because he got knocked out with Austrian. So he can't be on that side talking about why he sued. Nah, bro. If you knew Povetkin doing that to you, trust me, you would have sued him too, man. But hey, it is what it is. Now we know Austrian seems to be playing a big role in boxing. I don't know why. I guess it's a supplement, isn't though, right? It's not really a drug. I feel like it's a supplement, but I don't dip too much into that whole research of drugs I'll never take, bro. Like, I'll never take Austrian for what? I ain't gonna benefit from no Austrian, so I don't need that shit. But shout out to David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. He ain't waiting for Bivol or Better BF. Going straight to Zerto on Cinco de Mayo weekend. The man threw up the middle finger to Canelo, bro. That's what he did. I know he couldn't wait to announce that. I know he couldn't, because Zerto got a fight coming up, and he just wanted to put that right out there to Canelo and all their team, because he knew they were watching. He like, look, these motherfuckers watching. We fighting on Cinco de Mayo weekend. We doing this. Y'all gonna have to watch us. That's crazy, bro. Shout out to David Benavidez. I appreciate that, man. I think David Benavidez is a good fighter. I think him going ahead and trying to secure the Cinco de Mayo weekend date is good for boxing. Him and Zerto, that's a good matchup. I think that's a good fight. He could win a belt. No, he can be unified if he beats Zerto. And I think that's the first time he's unified. In my opinion, I don't count that WBA Reggie belt. I don't count that, bro. WBA got too many damn belts, man. WBA got like, what, 38 champions? I saw something like a crazy stat. They got like 38 champions. And then the next sanctioned body, I think, is WBC. They got like 18. And it's like, bro, why the WBA got so many champions? Because they got all these gold belts, yellow belts. They got the intern, they got the super. They got too many damn belts, man. But shout out to my brother Anthony Forbes for dropping some color in the chat, man. Said show some love in the chat, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, I got a little goal. $2 super chat. Trying to get 10 of those to hit the goal, man. But shout out to my man Anthony Forbes for showing some love. Let me get some chips for the dip, bro.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, brother. Showing some support, showing some love. Make sure y'all repost the stream. If you on X, Twitter, repost the stream. If you on YouTube, make sure you smash the like button. Show some love like and
Really fight her. Oh, big right. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
yeah. So Benavidez take over Cinco de Mayo. I don't know how y'all feel about that. How y'all feel about
look at this guy.
He coming for that date, Big Nello. And it should be interesting to see because I don't know how the response is gonna be. He's fighting against Zerto. I think that's a good fight, man. Him and Zerto for the WBA and WBO titles at cruiserweight. It moves him closer to heavyweight. I think, like, honestly, he can be a great heavyweight if he gets there. And I think if Benavidez gets to heavyweight, that's where he should really plant his flag because it's a glamour division one. A lot of legacy there. You know, the heavyweight division's always talked about. If David Benavidez can capture the public at heavyweight by being a fast, slick puncher, you know, he don't got to be the biggest guy, in my opinion, because he got speed. But the power, you know, the equalizer of the other guys is always going to get there. You know, if David Benavidez can get up to heavyweight, we're always going to question how does he take the punch. But I think that's how David Benavidez becomes the face of boxing, is if he goes up to heavyweight, campaigns there, and wins there. That, like, him beating Zerto, I think Zerto will be a pit stop. Unless Jay Apatow steps up to the table, then Jay Apatow, then you go ahead for undisputed. Well, it's not undisputed because Badu Jack still got the WBC. But, you know, Jay Apatow's got the ring. Shout out to Mars. He said 3 division. Yeah. If he beats Zerto, he's a 3 division champ, man. What's good, round one in the building? Salute to my guy, Round One Sports Talk. Make sure y'all check him out. Got a great channel, man, talking that boxing. I'm telling y'all, Round One, the first one who really like put me on anyway, man. Like I heard of him, but like when I went to Round One's channel, I learned about him. I was learning over there. I didn't really know much about anyway till I got there, bro. He said not comparing, but all was moving for a heavyweight. Yeah. Nah, for real, man. Yeah, and like I didn't want to say that, like Mars, I didn't want to say that either, bro. But I think, like, if I'm looking at the frame, like, obviously David doesn't look as more compact than Ali, but he presents the same attributes, the speed, the agility. He's not a back foot fighter though. Ali had back footwork, but like this motherfucker, David's on a front foot, and he's like speed with the front foot. It's fun to watch, man. It's very fun to watch, and it's intriguing to be like, okay, can he do that at heavyweight against like big punchers? You know, because that's kind of always the thing, right? It's like the heavyweight division. Sometimes you don't need to be the most skilled guy if you got the equalizer. You know, look at Fabio Wardley. I like Fabio Wardley, but I just think he's got the equalizer. That's why he's where he's at. I don't think he's as skilled as Joseph Parker, Kabayel, Usyk, or, you know, even AJ's probably got more skill than Wardley, but Wardley got heart and he's got that equalizer. He's not really out of the fight, man. You know, and that's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, but Coley too. He's another power guy. So it'll be interesting to see if Benavidez can not only get to cruiserweight and look good, but if he can make the jump like Usyk and take down the Giants. You know, I think that's what would be more impressive. And shout out to him. He'd be the unpredictable American heavyweight, because who would have thought that, you know, David Benavidez could possibly be sitting at heavyweight, but we're looking at him going from basically skipping 175. He only had a couple fights here, never really fought a huge fight at 75. I guess Bostic is probably his most accomplished name that he fought at 75. not waiting on Bivol and Benavidez because they got business to handle. I'm okay with that because he's gonna go up to fight a giant in Zerto, bigger guy, always been bigger. If he beats Zerto convincingly, then we can think about heavyweight. But I think for sure we got to see Jay Apataya fight. Jay Apataya and Benavidez, that just smells violence, bro. Violence. My man Round One said, yeah, that's big for the monster. Yeah, the Mexican monster. Absolutely, bro. It is big, but I felt like he looked pretty big in his last fight against Yard. Like, he looked way bigger than Yard. So I was like, damn, maybe he's already in cruiserweight form, man. I'm about to open up the lines, though. Don't worry. I'm just getting through this last topic here, man. And then I'll drop the link. What's the holdup, man? We got Teofimo Lopez, Shakur. A lot of people said it was signed, delivered. I don't know about y'all. I never heard a date. Like, I heard a rumor, never heard a venue. And yeah, never got like really a date, bro. And then it's like January. They said January was the supposed date. We at the end of November now. So when's this fight gonna get announced? In December? Like, I think we gotta pump the brakes on Teo and Shakur. They gotta figure it out, man. They can't be capping to us. They can't be lying to us. They gotta go ahead, figure out their business, what's going on, because there's obviously a holdup. Somebody's not happy. I don't know with the deal. I don't know if it's a money thing. I feel like this is gonna be a backed event by Turkey Al-Sheikh. So, it's in America. So what's Teofimo Lopez's excuse now? I know he didn't want to fight in Saudi. He was kind of standing on that. And then it was, oh, Turkey's not going to give me the money that he promised me against, I think, Haney. And then I don't know what now it is. I don't know what the excuse now is for Teofimo Lopez. Or it might be on Shakur's end. But it seems like Shakur said, I've signed. I'm just waiting on Teo. This could turn into a real bad situation, bro, because I feel like, Turkey Al-Sheikh has said he wants Devin Haney and Benavidez back in the ring in February. Well, now we know it's not February for Benavidez because Zerto's got to fight. I think Zerto's fighting in January. I think he's fighting in January. And then Benavidez and Zerto gonna fight. Should Zerto win against Safar? Safar's not a bad opponent. He should beat him though, Zerto. Zerto and then Benavidez in May. So Devin Haney may still get in the ring between February and March. Quick turnaround. Hoping that it's Rolly Romero. But Turkey Al-Sheikh got plans for those guys. And I just look at the landscape of boxing right now. The three top guys like Abdullah Mason, Haney, and Benavidez. A lot of people look at those guys like, okay, they're making the fights right now. Like Abdullah Mason, we've seen him extremely active, a young champ, the youngest champ in boxing, and he's talking about unifying and trying to fight other top guys. Well, that's what we want to hear. That's music to our ears. Devin Haney, his resume, he's been giving us good fights. So we know what to expect from him. Benavidez, he's kind of got past the Canelo situation now. He's making his own lane. He's still kind of getting, I don't want to say ducked, but people moving around him a certain way, maneuvering. But he's making the most of it by saying, look, I'm just going to go ahead and fight the next best name possible. Or even go up to the next division and fight the champs. So at least those guys are moving boxing along. Teo and Shakur still need some signature wins. Teo's last signature win was Josh Taylor. Shakur, I don't know if you can call Williams Zepeda a signature win. Never was a champion, right? He was a number one mandatory, so he was a mandatory. When's Shakur's last signature win? Oscar Valdez? It's just some questions, man. My man Mars said Zerto slick, got a bit of footwork and southpaw. Yeah, he's a southpaw. I think he is a southpaw, Zerto is. But we remember what Bivol did to Zerto, man. Bivol looked really good. But let me drop this link in the chat so y'all can come up here and talk this boxing with your boy. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Smash the like button if you just got in here. Show some love to the stream. Yeah, man. We talking boxing, bro. We talking boxing. Shoot, got all these damn cords, man. Gotta clean up this desk. But yeah, we got Devin Haney, Bill Haney. I think he was on the Boxing Voice today talking about they want Rolly Romero. That's who they want. I just pinned the message to the chat. Yeah, you can call into the show using that link. If you want Twitter, you might have to come over to YouTube to get the link. I'm not sure if it shows up in that chat. If you on what else we got? We got Twitch. I don't think it shows up on Twitch either. So you might have to come to the YouTube Boxing Talk Up North. If you want to get that link and come in talk some boxing, man. But I got my guy in the building. What's going on, Edwin? What's good, bro? My man, Sabril Matias scared, bro. I seen that.
Yeah, man. I was actually talking on my live stream about Sabril Matias' situation and what a smear campaign actually looks like.
Right.
When you got fighters that are going against the grain, so to speak. You got Sabril Matias and his boxing promotional company apparently not seeing eye to eye with Turkey Al-Sheikh, taking their fight to a purse bid. And I guess Ed Hearn and his team or someone, I don't want to accuse anyone. I don't want to accuse anyone. I don't have anything to say it. But they decided to report Sabril Matias' finding just like Ryan Garcia. But here's the thing. Ryan Garcia tested positive in New York City for Austrian, fighting for the WBC, fighting against a Matchroom fighter.
Devin Haney.
Sabril Matias all of a sudden tested positive for Austrian in a city, New York City, for the WBC, fighting against a Matchroom fighter, Dalton Smith. Right? So I found it very peculiar. Then all of a sudden, Ring Magazine releases an article and states that Sabril Matias did not even qualify to report on the level that is deemed necessary to be even considered as doping, meaning the Austrian level for New York City and the WBC is 0.1. Sabril Matias tested 0.085.
Right. And I spoke on that. I said, why would they release that if he's not over?
Okay. The reason why they will release it is because a smear campaign to get in his head against Dalton Smith. Was their job completed? Did some of the boxing people have enough to hear? See, some of these boxing fans say to themselves, as long as Austrian was found, he's guilty. And that's all they needed. Not whether or not VADA had enough evidence or the person that leaked the report had enough proof that he was innocent. You work that out. You prove your innocence. All I have to do is leak the story. As long as I leak the story, my job is complete. I have doubters and I mess with Sabril Matias' mindset coming into the Dalton Smith fight.
Yeah, because it's getting closer now. It's creeping up.
Right. So I feel that although they knew that the level he tested to could have tested for anything, but they didn't lie when they said it could have been Austrian. So they weren't telling
yeah.
the truth, but they
Yeah.
weren't lying.
Right. They kept it open ended.
You see how they can get away with it, right? So we didn't tell you that he wasn't over the amount. It's not our job to release or report what he tested. It's our job to report the finding.
Mm-hmm.
What we found. That's our job, to report the finding. It's your job to prove your innocence.
Right, right.
You understand? So that's the ugly thing about boxing, that maybe somebody, it can get to them, they can pay, to release the story, knowing that the fighter will be exonerated. But that's not what they were looking for. That's not what they were looking for. Their job was to create doubt.
Yep.
To create doubt. And Subriel Matias coming under fire and being the first Puerto Rican ever in boxing history to test positive for a banned substance, you never want to be the first guy.
Yeah, that's true.
You never want to be that first guy. And the longest, look, people are always going to say, oh, you guys just never been caught, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's to present doubt to fair play. To people that actually been fighting on the up and up. And in order to shoot that down, what do you got to do? You got to present doubt. Just like Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. They got to present doubt. Why? What did they say? All of a sudden, this Devin Haney that we've never seen showed up against Brian Norman Jr. And I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Oh,
Yeah.
He's on snack. Really? He's on snack. Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. In fact, all you saw was a lukewarm Devin Haney.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know where I seen that version of Devin Haney? Against Yuri Gamboa, against Regis Progress.
Exactly.
Same thing. Oh,
even Linares, man.
Yes, he's on snack. He's on drugs. When he dropped Brian Norman Jr. Wait a minute. He dropped Regis Progress with the same power. He got up in the fight and coasted. Same fight. Where do you see a Devin Haney that all of a sudden he's on some snack benefits that increased his fighting ability that never showed up?
Right.
Because I seen that version of Devin Haney in multiple fights. The only thing that was in question is whether or not he was going to show up.
Yeah,
that's
it.
True.
Yep.
That's it. And when he showed up, you know what they had to say after he pulled off that kind of performance? Oh, he was on snack. He was on this. He was, no.
Why he didn't stop him?
No. Then all of a sudden, Brian Norman Jr., it has a glass jaw because he got dropped by pillow-fisted Devin Haney.
Right. That's crazy.
Wait a minute.
Now.
Wait 1 second, boxing world. Where the hell did you hear that Devin Haney was pillow-fisted? From guys that never fought him? Remember where you got your information from. Tank Davis, Teofimo Lopez.
Yep.
All guys that never fought him in a professional setting said he was pillow-fisted.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, not guys that actually fought him.
That got in the ring with him, exactly.
That got in the ring with him. So when you got these narratives and you were fed these lies about Devin Haney, that's why you were sadly mistaken against Brian Norman Jr. That's why at Round 1 Sports Talk, I was able to determine the exact fight. What did I tell you guys? Devin Haney was going to get up in the fight. Brian Norman Jr. was going to feel like he's going to have to sell out in the fight. That's where he's going to be his most dangerous. And if Devin Haney can nullify that, he should win in a unanimous decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what happened. Why? Because I don't skim off the surface of boxing. And I don't believe every story that I'm told.
Yeah.
Devin Haney being pillow fisted. Devin Haney being on snack. Devin Haney. Well, you want to know something? Devin Haney wiped down George Kamboza, Lomachenko, and passed all drug tests. All of them. Never tested positive for a banned substance. So whatever snack is giving us, let me tell you something right now. We don't take a supplement because it does absolutely nothing. We take it so that it increases something. And if at the bar where Devin is taking it, everybody else is taking it, they're just not wearing the shirt. That's it. And I'm going to tell you right now, Devin Haney beat Brian Norman Jr. because Devin Haney beat Brian Norman Jr. He showed there's levels to this.
Yeah,
and that's what you saw. That's what you saw right there. And that's exactly what happened. But let me read. Brian Norman Jr. was who he was. He was the best 147-pounder. So if Devin Haney beat the best 147-pounder, we should give him credit today for exactly that. We should give him his credit. And we shouldn't dress it up. And we shouldn't be blind. Because now Ryan Garcia is about to fight, Mario Barrio?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you guys right now, hold on, guys. You guys think that Ryan Garcia can beat Mario Barrio like that when Mario Barrio was up on the scorecards in the Tank Davis fight? Ryan Garcia was never up in that fight with Tank Davis.
Nah, he was never competitive, really.
Never. Mario Barrio was up in the 10th round. Going into the 10th round, they were like, Tank Davis, Mario Barrio's up in the unofficial scorecard.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather jumping around the ring.
You heard it. You heard it. Okay? So Mario Barrio gave a better account. You guys better not sleep on Mario Barrio. Yo, listen. 2 draws back to back, Mario Barrio, I get it. It doesn't give you the
doesn't
confidence.
look good.
It doesn't, right. But the Aztec Warrior can show up. But like I said, if I'm willing to go down Fantasy Island with the Aztec Warrior, I got to go down Fantasy Island with Ryan Garcia. If the best version of Ryan Garcia shows up in that fight, Mario Barrio could have a long night. Or a short one.
For sure.
Or a short one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know, because Ryan, listen, although he didn't accomplish a world title or nothing like that, I gotta admit, man, that kid is a fucking threat, man. You never know what you're gonna get from that kid because he's such a talent. Just like Tank. Not on the same category, not on the same level, but Ryan, I gotta admit, he's got the skills, the potential, but will he ever live up to the expectation that we as fight fans have, held him to? Because look at his contemporaries. They all got world titles.
Yeah, they're all accomplished.
Yeah.
Something at least.
Yeah. So, and I was hearing you, Ryan, talk about the cruiserweight division.
David Benavidez. I think it's a good move, man. I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it like, boxing right now, America needs a heavyweight, bro. I think Benavidez is not your typical pick. Like, he wouldn't be the guy you just pick out.
Right.
But he can probably do it. If anybody can do it right now, it's probably him. Jared Anderson's going to get another crack here. I heard he's getting the IBF eliminator type fight against Sanchez. So he'll get another crack at it. But then you look after him, you're like, who? Like Richard Torres? Do we have confidence in him? So it's like, damn, if David could fill out, take some of those punches, he might be the guy because he's got the speed.
Yo, Ryan,
to bother those guys.
Yeah, but Ryan, ask yourself something, right? Did David the Monster Benavidez look like the bigger fighter against Anthony Yard?
Yeah, he looked way bigger than me.
No, I didn't think. I thought Anthony Yard looked bigger.
You know what? It might be a deception because he looked bigger than me because of the way he was fighting. Yard never got in the middle of the ring. Like Yard never got to the middle of the ring. Like he was always on top of him. So maybe I'm thinking of it like the way the fight went, he was bigger in that way. But yeah, you might be right in the sense of like muscle mass and body mass.
Because
I think David.
I thought that Yard had bigger shoulders, wider back. I thought that he was, and I thought, I'm gonna tell you right now, for all you Anthony Yard fans, he gave a good account of himself against David the Monster Benavidez, which I felt coming into that fight needed a knockout to prove that his fight translated to the 175. So let me start off with that, right? But I felt that Anthony Yard looked like the bigger. For the first time, I looked at David the Monster Benavidez and I felt like he was slender, but quicker, yes, more explosive, yes. He still packed his punch, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned if maybe he reached, his potential. Like maybe this is a division where you stamp your flag. Let's see what you do here. Type shit. Because everything that he has was given to him. He didn't earn it. He didn't be the world champion for that belt.
Yeah,
let's just be honest.
Let's
be honest, right? Okay. So when we talk about a fighter establishing himself in a weight division, I kind of feel like before he moves up in that big announcement that he made, you really needed to solidify yourself here. Just prove to me you're the best here.
Yeah.
Before you move up. The Demetrius Bivol fight is something that I think that needs to happen for that David the Monster Benavidez to be whole as a fighter. He's his Canelo Alvarez in this division. He's his, since you never really beat the Canelo Alvarez of the last division, beat the one that beat Canelo in this one before moving up, type shit. That's, what do I know? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, man. But then I look at it like Bivol and Better Be Up, they got their thing. And it's like, man, if he fights Callum Smith and beats him, he's not going to get any, and they're just going to say he fought another guy who wasn't very talented, lost to all the other guys. So, like, I think he's trying to chase the Jay Apataya fight the way I see it. You get Zerto first, and then Jay Apataya, who a lot of people got hyped for, say he's a dangerous guy. That's a dangerous fight for David. I think that's a more dangerous fight than any fight. The guy's got crazy power. It'd be a shootout for real, that one. Because, David's going to go forward and Jai's going to come forward. It's going to be who's first going to move back is going to lose probably. But, yeah, and then if he can accomplish that, then maybe he can go undisputed at cruiserweight. But it's crazy to think that him going to cruiserweight and beating Zerto will be the first time he's a unified champion in my eyes. I don't really count the interim belts. So I think that's the first thing or first accomplishment he can get, make him a 3-division champ, be unified. But yeah, man, I think he sees heavyweight in the distance now. I never thought about it. And just like I never thought Crawford would go up to 68 and fight Canelo. Now I'm like, damn, like, maybe we have a crop of guys who want to be great. Maybe we got these legacy fighters now. We're seeing them here. They finally have arrived. Because I feel like we had a little stalemate in boxing where it was like everybody was just cool with just fighting whoever. It's kind of like PBC. They giving us all right fights, but they weren't giving us legacy fights. Now I'm looking at these guys, Abdullah Mason, Benavidez, Haney. They just keep chasing. They just keep chasing legacy. Terrence Crawford, the same. I could put him in there. Anyways, got you can see his road where he's going with Gento. Like it seems like right now these guys are just chasing greatness. Usyk went up to heavyweight, beat them all. Like we've had some good stories, and I think David's like, you know what? My story was with Canelo. Now I got to go make my own story because people too hung up on the Canelo thing, I gotta let them know that I'm the Mexican monster. And I think Mexico would get behind a heavyweight, a Mexican heavyweight. They've never really had one since Andy Ruiz, and I think David could have a better run than Andy Ruiz for sure.
Yeah, I just gotta see David acclimate correctly to the divisions before I just send him out there just because he's a fat boy, right?
No, that's true. That's true.
You know, look, there are much serious things going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of things I would love to talk about. You know what? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm just gonna talk about it.
Yeah, man.
The thing is this, right? Just before this fight right here, David the Monster Benavidez tested positive again for cocaine.
Oh, for real?
In his fight, yes. In his last fight.
His last fight with who did he fight, man?
He
Wasn't David Morrell, was it? David Morrell?
Yeah, he fought David Morrell, yes. And he listen, I don't like to report all these things about these fighters because I don't want to create, but I have a concern.
He's got a problem.
And the problem is this. He lost his belt on the scale because of what?
Yeah, I wasn't disciplined. Yeah.
Okay. So like I know. And it was reported his last fight, he tested positive again. Not for a banned substance or anything like that, but it draws concern. Then all of a sudden, you look at David the Monster Benavidez' career. You look at him, why he started boxing, why he was in the boxing room, why Manny Pacquiao was training. He was the only kid in there. You look at him and you look at his size. And you start to notice that he kind of boxed to stay in shape, right? Then you see him going into Anthony Yard fight. And I'm like, bro, like the day of the fight, like your cheeks are like sunk the fuck in, like
yeah.
And I'm looking out the outside. Now I have no proof of this. The reason why I bring this up is just merely on love, concern for a fighter, David the Monster Benavidez, and I'm saying to myself, if he truly wants to move up to the light heavyweight division, by letting himself go heavier and thinking that will handle his problem, that will not handle his problem. What needs to handle his problem is addressing it. And also going through the process. But just if David the Monster Benavidez understands me right now, the best advice I could give to him is that just because you win a fight doesn't mean you win. You must understand that in life, when they say the phrase, be, how do they say it? Know yourself, but know your enemy. How do they say the phrase?
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yep.
How do they say it? How do they say
know
it?
yourself, know your enemy. No, for sure.
Well. The problem with that is this, right? When they say that phrase, and they say be true to thyself, but also know your enemy, right? The problem is your greatest enemy is yourself.
Is yourself, absolutely.
It's never an actual physical enemy. And when you learn that about yourself, that you yourself can get yourself in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't need anybody to get you in trouble. That your greatest enemy is yourself. It's not looking after your enemies or anything. You don't gotta pay it. You would destroy yourself. And when you check your greatest enemy, you'll check yourself. Then that's when things will start to fall in place. You gotta understand that when they say, oh yeah, always like look after, look after yourself, but
Yeah.
all this other shit, like, nah, man. When I learned in life was that my greatest enemy was me.
Mm.
Was me. I destroy me faster than anybody else. I'll agree to your bullshit. I'll agree to my bullshit, and I'll
Yeah.
destroy myself. And that right there, when you learn shit like that, that's what makes you better as a person, I think. But
So you don't think that David's over his fears then,
nah, I don't.
or over his demons? I should say his demons.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. I don't think that David the Monster Benavidez took the blue pill to just get over that.
What's going on, Tim Boski in the building?
What's good, G? What's
Big
good, man?
K.
Right, fuck
What's up,
Drake,
my brother, man?
Fuck Drake. We got Ryan, blood.
What's
going on?
Tim?
What's going on round one, blood? What you say, G? When you gonna buy me? When you gonna send me a pair of them fucking shades, blood?
Man, listen, these shits cost $1,500. I ain't gonna send you a pair of these.
Oh damn! I want balling out here.
You saying
Nah,
what's going on?
we're just talking about David Benavidez moving up to cruiserweight, man. What do you think about that?
Well, it's an opportunity that I'm not gonna be a hater about. He should take the opportunity. I told you I'm a fan of the sport. I don't really like the move of the decision because I'm hanging around. I'm waiting for Bivol and Beterbiev before I go anywhere. It just looks a bit strange. They haven't spoke about Jay Opatea. Zurdo's the one that's been ducking Opatea. So I don't, and I think I understand that that's a big. I think Benavidez is a bigger money fight. You understand? So, like I said, I see Zurdo in the same position as Barrios. It's only a matter of time before them belts get dislodged from him. You understand? That's what I'm saying. It's just who like when it comes to those guys know they're not the top of the elite. You know what I'm saying to you? Those guys know that they're gonna have to hand over their belts for a paycheck. So it's only handing it over to the biggest amount, in my opinion. We're not stupid. We're not stupid, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So wait for Benavidez to become 4-time champion. You know what I'm saying to you? Deservingly, if he beats Zurdo. But we need to see Zurdo get past Robin Safar first, because that's a tough fight.
Yeah, I was saying that too. Robin Safar is a pretty good fighter.
Yeah. But you got to understand that when you get this world title, it's not just being a champion. It's also benefiting from what your career became. Like selling your belt to the highest bidder is kind of what you're supposed to do. It's what Nick Ball is trying to do with Naoya Inoue. He's trying to stay active, but still be there
fight
for Naoya Inoue because that's the $1 million fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the lottery fight. So your belt also speaks to your accomplishments and what does it mean to the other guy? How valuable, how much do you want what I have? And how can I sell that to you, but also have an opportunity to obtain it? You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta sell your belt. You have to. And that's like boxing 101. That's my boxing legacy. Like I got a belt and you want to fight me for it? Well, then you gotta pay for it. That's
No, that's facts.
That's fact, yeah. Like you gotta understand that there's that's part of boxing right there. It is.
So Timboski, do you think Benavidez can make that move to heavyweight eventually?
No, hell no. Impossible,
No?
man. No. You know what? It's not impossible because he can go up there and get the right matchups, but I
That's
don't
what I'm
see.
thinking.
Yeah, he
A
can
lot
go
of,
up there and get
like
the
they're
right.
not giants. These
Let
guys
me
are
ask you a
not
question.
giants anymore.
Let me ask you this, Ryan. Round one.
Yep.
Obviously, if the likes of Wilder, if the likes
Mm-hmm.
of those type of guys are around still, Andy Ruiz, those type of guys, you telling me Benavidez? I think he's got a good chance. I think he beats Wilder right now.
Yeah.
If he was to move up to heavyweight.
Yeah, I think so too.
So it just depends on the right matchup because you're not putting him in there with no Moses Tamu. You're not putting him in there with no Fabio Woodley. You're not putting him in there with no Usyk. You're not putting him in there with none of the top guys. I don't think.
The top.
I think Usyk's gonna retire here soon.
Well, what does him and Dubois look like? What does him in the fight with Daniel Dubois look like? Can Benavidez take one of those shots to the chin from Daniel Dubois? No, I don't think so.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Dubois got put up. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you got put out by 200 and by Usyk. Usyk obviously.
Yeah,
230 plus pound man. It depends, man.
Yeah.
It depends. I would love to see Benavidez at heavyweight. That's what made me know that he's a real El Monstro. Because you're not El Monstro beating up Lemieux and Ronald Ellis's and fucking Caleb Plants and that. It's in my opinion. I didn't say, oh, he's not a good fighter. I listen. I already said this, and I'm going to keep repeating it multiple times so people can understand. I like Benavidez as a fighter. Very good punch selection. He shows me he's a junkyard dog. He says he wants to fight the best, and he's looking for the best fights. Okay, his dad seems like a very credible, very generous, very humble man. You know what I'm saying to you? So, like I said, and he's a fan-friendly fighter, and he cares about the fans. That's the main thing about Benavidez that I love. He cares about the fans. So I can't hate on the man. It's just the fact that he hasn't shown me that he's El Monstro yet because he hasn't been in there with another monster. I give him credit for David Morrell because I had Morrell beating him, and I give him credit for Anthony Yarde because Anthony Yarde's a solid 175 pounder. He's been in there with better beef and Kovalev. So and Anthony Yarde said it himself that he's better than Kovalev, but he doesn't think he's better than Beterbiev. So that's very interesting.
Oh wow, he said that?
Yes.
Yeah, but Anthony Yarde gave a great account of himself. I gotta admit that Anthony Yarde looked better against Benavidez than he did in his last few fights. I think Anthony Yarde did really well. He just got caught with some big shots, and he couldn't recover from them. But
yeah,
overall, his performance, I like Anthony Yarde in the David Monster Benavidez fight than I liked in his past fights. I'm not sure if we're in agreement.
Yeah, I just think he had a bad game plan.
Yeah,
of course.
That's all. He got caught with some big shots. That's all. But he was strong, man. He was there was points in the fight where I felt like he was outboxing David the Monster Benavidez. Can you guys say no?
I think he got his ass whooped still, but he did land some shots though where I was like, oh shit, he made David go back.
Like I said, there was points in the fight where Anthony Yarde and look, let me tell you something, right? Like I don't think that Anthony Yarde gave a bad account. I just think that David the Monster Benavidez, had a better punch selection. He was landing the bigger punches, and he was just a better fighter on this night. But does that answer your question for David the Monster Benavidez going forward? Do you guys believe?
Nah, because I think Beterbiev
right there,
is a better version of David. Like I think he does the same thing, but his punch variation is better. And like in the Bivol fight, I was surprised by Beterbiev. He was boxing with Bivol, which I never seen him do much. And he was actually Bivol's a master boxer, man. He was actually doing good, especially in the first fight. So I think I always said Beterbiev beats Benavidez. I've always said that. But hey, he's got to fight Bivol. Yeah, man. I think Beterbiev is stronger than him too. I think as soon as David gets hit by a few punches by Beterbiev, he's probably not going to come downhill like he usually does. Because I mean, even Bivol, his hands,
those punches though.
No, Bivol's hands, bro. Remember after the fight, he's like, "Yo, my hands are swollen from taking this guy's shots." He's like, my guard is up, but this guy's hitting my guard and my hands is all swollen. Like,
Yeah.
Better
the
BF
power.
has bricks in his hands. Yeah.
Yeah. Benavidez, look, Arthur, I can't like, discredit his power because of what Demetrius Bivol did. He nullified it.
Yeah.
But against David the Monster Benavidez, do I think, there's a possibility David the Monster Benavidez gets his more. Yeah, he gets his more. He likes to stand in the fire and exchange and then burst. There might be a sequence in the fight where that Arthur hits him with shots that
don't
he's
burst.
not able
Exactly.
to respond. Right.
That's what I feel like
I
too.
can see that. All right, yeah.
I think the power difference might make him feel
I
like
can see that.
a little different, because I mean, we never really seen Benavidez buzzed, really. I mean, we seen him put down, but we never really seen him like
Right.
Brian Norman Jr. He never really been buzzed like he was by Devin.
No.
And you saw how he
No. Brian Norman Jr. was buzzed and dropped.
Yes, but he got up and he fought. Like, he got up in this Devin fight and took rounds to get back.
But Devin
took rounds to get back.
Yeah, but it showed.
Devin,
okay.
I think Devin would have stopped him if there was more time in the round.
Okay, hold on. So rather than the fans, not you, rather than the fans concluding to the fact that Devin had more power,
than Brian? Shoot. I mean, I don't know, man. I just felt like Brian got hit with that hook right in the right spot, and that messed them all up.
I don't think
and then
so.
Shout out to Devin Haney, because he followed it up. He definitely followed it up.
Okay, fine, right? But that's the same Devin Haney I saw against Yuri Gamboza. That's the same Devin Haney I saw against Regis Progress. Same Devin Haney.
No doubt.
Same check hook. There was nothing in this fight that told me that Devin Haney was on snack or performance enhancement.
Oh, no. I'm not saying I'm not that fan. No, I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying for the everybody, right? So what I'm saying is,
it was his dad's fault though. Round one, like, you can't tell him he's not gonna hurt you. It's a fight. It's a fight, bro.
Talk about it, right,
it's
Ryan?
It's a fight.
Yes, he was misled, because
for sure,
when we hear these stories about Ryan Garcia being pillow fisted, where do you hear your story from? From guys that never fought him. Tank Davis, Teofimo Lopez said he was pillow fisted.
Oh, Devin Haney,
were guys that never entered the ring with him. So you had to really observe where you were getting your false information that he was pillow fisted. You see, in the first place, there were guys that all said he was pillow fisted that never fought him in a professional match.
Right.
You see?
Salute to Doc. My bad. Let me get to Doc here. Salute to
right.
Doc. He said, I'm with you, Ryan. He said, I just hope Better BF doesn't get old overnight. The Bivol Better BF Benavidez mix are great fights. Yeah, I mean, we want all 3 fights. We want them to all fight each other, but we don't got enough time. What's going on, Timboski? You wanted to say something? Like, you wanted to jump in there?
Oh, yes. Round one is making a decent, fair point right there. You get me? He was cooking, so I didn't want to interrupt him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, round one. My bad.
No, it's cool.
Well, Tim Bosey, like all we're talking about is fair points. I'm not glazing. We're not sugarcoating things. We're just reporting on what we saw, and what we saw was a level difference in Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney. That's what we saw, right?
Yes.
We knew coming into the fight that Brian Norman Jr. was kind of, I would say, rushed a little bit, but he did have a title. Then Devin Haney was the more accomplished, with the more, I would say, the more credible opponents. And then when we came into the fight, even Las Vegas odds said it was a 50-50 fight.
Yeah, they had it
sold
even.
you. They had sold you the fight. They had sold you both sides. But even though you knew in your boxing insight that Devin Haney was the more battle tested and the more accomplished fighter, you still thought that Devin Haney would lose to Brian Norman Jr. and Brian Norman Jr. had a real big chance. Devin Haney stepped into there and reminded the world of who he was. That's all he did. And he did it at a lukewarm temperature, because I'm trying to tell the world we still have not seen the best version of Devin Haney. All you saw was Devin Haney getting his confidence back up, getting his timing, everything with Brian Norman Jr. That's all you saw. You saw a lukewarm Devin Haney. What you're about to see is Devin Haney firing on all cylinders. Now, I got a lot of criticism for this because I never put Devin Haney on my pound-for-pound list. And the reason why I never put Devin Haney on my pound-for-pound list is because my elite fighters, I expect the best out of them. And I'm really harsh and critical on them. And when you see that I talk about a fighter and I really know that he did an A performance, I'll give him a B+. Why? Because I'll never let him know that. Because I expect a lot from him. And I expect a lot from Devin Haney in the next part of his career. Whether he excels or not, time will tell. But I expect a lot from him, and I will never, ever give him his complete flowers, because that's what I expect. You will never, ever get on my elite list unless you deserve it. I have to hold boxers to a higher standard. I have to hold these fighters to a higher standard. And that's why I'm harsh and critical to some of these boxers, but I never said they sucked. But we just follow what we talk about. We want the best fighting the best. And Devin Haney has proven that, but he has much more to prove, and I expect a lot out of him. That's all I have to say about him.
For sure. What do you think about Bam going to 118, man?
Oh, my God. God damn it.
Shout out to Bam Rodriguez.
Listen, that Bam Rodriguez is amazing, right? And then all of a sudden, right, no sooner that he wipes down Puma, which I kind of predicted, right? I said that Bam Rodriguez should wipe down this style, because if you're talking about Bam Rodriguez in the same sentence as Naoya Inoue, as Junto Nagatoni, then he has to be that good. And if he's that good, then Puma should have not been a problem. Right. If you're talking about that. Now, when we're talking about fighters in the same era, in the same time, that means that Naoya Inoue went through all the fighters, or some of the fighters, that Bam is currently going through right now. So he needs to establish himself and get these titles to prove that he's on the pedigree of Naoya Inoue. You see what I'm saying? So Bam's at 115. Naoya Inoue's at 122. Kind of far away, but both fighters in their respectable career, Bam and Naoya Inoue, have jumped up past a weight division to jump up to the next weight division to fight a guy. Yeah. So they've both proven they're elite fighters.
Yeah, they can jump past.
Interesting fight. Oh my God, would I love that fight. The problem is that I think that Naoya Inoue freight train is going that way. He's on 122 going up. Junto vacated the belts. Naoya Inoue's kid brother just fought for his vacated belt. So it shows that Junto is next in line for Naoya Inoue after he beat David Allen Picasso in December.
Right.
Which he's meeting his deadline with Turkey Al-Sheikh. That's all. That's it. But Naoya Inoue is Japan's best fighter.
Don't worry, man. Bam about to beat up on Inoue's little brother at 118.
You think so?
Hell yeah, that's how you gonna get the fight.
If he does that, you got something.
Exactly. That's how you get the fight. But yeah,
that's how you
was
get
saying.
it. That's how you get it. That's how you get it. He's got to beat, because look at Naoya Inoue was Japan's best fighter. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Junto Nakatoni,
There's a few guys.
Makano, Tenshini,
Taraji was on the pound for pound.
That's what Takumi Inoue. Bam should run him. Bam should run him the fuck over, because he doesn't have no punching power. He's a decent athlete. He's got quick reflexes. He's not on the skill level. He doesn't have the IQ. I think he might be more durable, way more durable than he should be way more durable than Puma. He's smaller. He's technically smaller than Bam Rodriguez as well, in my opinion. Bam Rodriguez fuck him up. Man. Bam Rodriguez should fuck him up. You know what I'm saying to you? He's got some decent. He's got some decent wins. He's got some decent wins. Like he done something that Puma, I don't think Fernando Martinez did. He knocked him out. You know what I'm saying to you? So it'll be very interesting. Me saying he's got no power is very interesting. Puma went 12 rounds with Ancajas both times, and then Inoue fought on Ancajas and knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of different. He doesn't really have punching power, but maybe it's the placement of his shots. He's a sharp counter puncher. He's got decent technical ability. But Bam Rodriguez should beat him. Should beat him. But this is box.
I agree. Bam Rodriguez should beat Takuma Inoue.
Yeah.
He needs to get by the little brother, just like Toshimi Nasukawa did not get by the little brother when they said he was ready for Naoya Inoue. They said Makano, the other Japanese fighter, was ready for Naoya Inoue, and both fighters lost on the same night. It just goes to show you. There's levels to this. And I'm in agreement with you. If he beats the little brother, well, now you're saying something.
Yeah, man.
Bam Rodriguez. Now you're saying, because look,
you got a point in the corner, Bam. Say, I want you next, dog.
And I'm gonna be transparent with you guys, right? I don't like the Bam Rodriguez against Naoya Inoue if it's not fair. If Naoya Inoue doesn't give away something to Bam Rodriguez, I don't think it's fair. Because what's fair is fair.
Wait, man, need him in weight?
I'm talking about, listen, Bam Rodriguez at 115. Naoya Inoue is at 122.
Nah, Bam's going up to 18 though.
What do you give him something? Give him what?
Yeah, you don't need to give him nothing.
Meet him at 118.
What do you?
Nah. Fuck that. We want undisputed. We want undisputed.
Round one.
You gotta give Bam something.
Round one. I need to ask you, what sense does that make? If you are Inoue's manager, if you are Inoue's manager, are you really gonna say to Inoue that's been on multiple sold out multiple? He's the monster. He's the monster in his country. What do you mean?
Nope.
He's a walking first ballot Hall of Famer. First of all, he's top 3 pound for pound. He's been undisputed. Something that Bam Rodriguez. No, there's no giving away nothing. No.
Word. My man Z Pacino said Junto gonna sleep anyway, so you don't even think Inoue gonna make it to the fight.
They're discrediting Inoue. Nakatani is moving up a couple weight classes. No. You have to credit Inoue's IQ. He's been in there with better people. It's the same type of thing. Even though Nakatani, I'm comparing it to Devin Haney, Brian Owen Jr.
Right.
The Nakatani's younger, less experienced. He is very, very credible when it comes to his accomplishments, yes, but he hasn't seen what Inoue's seen. In a way, we don't even know if Nakatani can beat Stephen Fulton. We don't even know that. And he destroyed Steve. He destroyed Fulton. He chopped him into chop suey. You know what I'm saying?
But that's his best win, bro. That's gonna be his best win.
No. That's not his best win. That's not his best win.
I'm telling you, bro. It's gonna be his best win.
Don't go over that, Ryan.
It's
right?
gonna be his
Listen,
best win. When
listen,
Fulton beats
okay.
Oshaki Foster,
No,
y'all gonna be
no.
like, oh shoot, he a 3-division champ now.
Okay, but that speaks to the quality of fighter that there is Naoya Inoue.
Nah, no
If
doubt.
Stephen Kobo Fulton beats Oshaki Foster and becomes a 3-division world champion, that means the only guy you lost to was the best in the world.
No, that's facts. But I'm just saying, like you said, Cool Boy, like he's like not that guy. I'm like, yo,
No,
he's a
but
guy,
Cool Boy,
bro.
No, Cool Boy is that
Now
guy.
you gotta make me play that Drake, bro. He's a guy, bro.
No, I mean guy. No, I mean guy. Guy Zarini. You know, a geyser, a guy that does what a guy does.
He's a guy, bro.
Listen. He's that guy. But the problem is the reality. He never won.
Yeah.
He never won 30 seconds against Naoya Inoue in any round. He didn't win one round against Naoya Inoue. Now,
he didn't. That's facts.
That speaks to Naoya Inoue's dominance. It really solidifies when I saw him go against American Slick Style. Listen, Cool Boy was a unified world champion, undefeated. He didn't know what it was like to lose. He didn't win 10 seconds in that fight against Naoya Inoue. That had to be discouraging. And then for him to go on after losing to Naoya Inoue to become a world champion after that in a higher weight division speaks to the kind of fighter that Naoya Inoue is. Now, look, guys, I don't want you guys to think that all I do is like hype up this, one guy or my favorite guy. I'm truly about the art of boxing. I'm truly about that. And when I watch fighters, I ask myself all the time, how the fuck did he do that? Why did he slip that guy into that sequence? And what caused it? And I gotta admit, Naoya Inoue, for his foot placement, his positioning, his timing, his delivery, and his power, he's as close as I get to like Superman without making Superman. I gotta admit that. As like fighters, like when we watch fighters in the glamour division, 130, 135, 140, 145, 147, the reason why we watch that is where power meets speed at the perfect weight, and we get the most superior fighters. To watch Terrence Crawford go through those divisions and to watch him go from lefty to righty, it was something else. I never seen a fighter ever do that. But with each fighter, with each fighting style, that's why I watch boxing. I truly do.
See, Pacino said, tell the truth. He said, talk about fighting, getting pushed back. Oh, the fight got pushed back. And Scooter was being drained. Yeah, I don't know, man. If he was drained, he should have moved up, though.
No, but that fight got pushed back. Let's remember, because of Tank Davis.
And that's why it got pushed back?
Yeah,
what?
because they
Roach
was on that FAR card. They was on that fight card. Let's remember.
You talking about Cool Boy and anyway?
No.
That was way before Tank and Roach.
Huh?
That was way before Tank and Roach.
No. I'm talking about the fight with Cool Boy and Oshasi Foster.
Oh yeah. I know that got pushed back. I think he's talking about the fight though. Against anyway.
With who?
The Cool Boy Fulton. I guess they had a first date. He said no, the first time anyway.
No. Okay, I'll clear that all up right now. Naoya Inoue, remember, Ryan, that he suffered an injury and they needed 30 days in Japan. Remember that?
But to push it back.
That they pushed the fight back 30 days in Japan because Naoya Inoue has suffered an injury that, a lot of us didn't know exactly what the cause was. A lot of us speculated that it was his hand or his shoulder.
They never disclosed it?
No. Later on they did, but I can't
Oh,
remember
okay.
what it was. So I'm not just co-signing it, right? But it was pushed back 30 days, and then he fought Stephen Kubo Fulton. But remember, leading into the press conference, Stephen Kubo Fulton and his trainer accused Japan's hero, Naoya Inoue, of using loaded hand wraps. And that Stephen Kubo Fulton and his coach, asked Naoya Inoue to obey or abide by the way they wrap their hands. And he did. Let's just remember that Naoya Inoue was under the Japanese rules, and you signed the contract under the Japanese rules. So he was in his legal rights. But Naoya Inoue opted out of his legal rights and said, which way would you like me to wrap them? Show me.
Yeah.
And then Stephen Kubo Fulton's coach came in and said, wrap them like this. And he went and did that.
Shout out to Inoue. That's gangster, bro. That's
I
gangster.
mean, how could you answer the public more than that? More than that. So he definitely answered a lot of my questions, and I'm not on his bandwagon because of the fact that he's a hype job. No, I don't. I do my due diligence in boxing. I study fighters, and I'm telling you right now, this guy is the best thing since Superman. Like when I say Superman, right, Ryan?
Since Superman, you think you better than Bud?
Yo, check it out. We all have a tendency of drawing up like this Superman fighter in our head. A guy that goes out there, late one punch, knockout.
Nah, man.
Superman.
Everybody's got their turn.
Superman type shit. Tank Davis go knockout. Superman.
Nah, Tank Davis was not Superman.
And all of a
unfortunately.
No, he was not Superman. He was not Superman. Lewis Neri knocked him down that left hook.
Yeah, but it took all the way until now for us to realize what he really was. It took all the way until now for most fighters to realize what they truly could be. And Naoya Inoue, I gotta admit, he's fighting the best of the best. He's like a Devin Haney. You could say what you want about Devin Haney, but the one thing I really never heard of him is ducking the smoke.
No, that's facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like if we can agree to that, like Devin, he took on all the people you wanted him to fight. So I gotta respect that, and when we're talking about boxing, the best fighting the best, if you're doing at least that, then what the fuck is my expectation? What am I holding you to? To who am I judging you with? Like what you know what I mean? So if you're already fighting the top guys, then that's all I can expect. And Devin's doing that. Naoya Inoue, Terrence Crawford, Usyk. There's very few fighters, but they're in the same cat. Bam is doing that. That are fighting the best in their division, and we need to give praise to the fighters that are doing exactly that. And that's all I can ask from these guys. Beat the guys in your division. That's it.
Right. Beat the top guys around your division. Nah, for sure, man. I agree, man. So Timboski, who's the next UK superstar, man? Is it Ben Whitaker or is there another guy?
If you're talking about superstar status, if you're talking about the next,
the next AJ,
it has to be Moses Atamu and Ben Whitaker. And Ben Whitaker.
Man, I'm sorry, Moses ain't got no he ain't got no personality, dog.
Moses ain't got no what, man. Listen, knockout.
Shout out to Ben. He said he want Tory Lanez to walk him out. I'm a Ben fan.
Right. Knockout sales. You know what I'm saying? He's knocking everyone out. You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. We need to dispatch and we need to dislodge Franklin's brain. You know what I'm saying? Remove his brain from his head. You know what I'm saying to you? Once we do that, we're gonna see it. And bro, you're forgetting he's only 21. He's the same age as Abdullah Mason. Do you understand that?
He's only 21.
Yes.
This is like, Moses Otama.
Hold on.
That's all he is.
Hold on. He got like the same. Don't he got more fights than Abdullah?
No.
Yeah, but he's in the heavyweight division, Ryan.
Hey, bro, heavyweight division's weak right now. We can't act like
Hold on.
Like it's a god, like it's a god level division. No, it ain't.
When you say
it ain't, bro.
When you say the heavyweight division is and the worst thing is he's not 21. He's 20. He's not 20. He's younger than Abdullah Mason.
Okay, he can't beat Michael Hunter right now.
Of course he can. Where's Michael Hunter though? Where is
he? Can't beat Herkovich right now.
I don't.
We'll destroy them. Herkovich don't want to fight us, man. Herkovich don't want to fight us. Michael Hunter, where is he? What man? Who's he with? What man is he? Is he still with Don King?
I like Michael Hunter.
Is he still with Don King?
Yeah, Bacoli. He should fight Bacoli, man.
That's fine. Bring them all here. We'll destroy them.
Go to China, fight Zhang. That'd be dope.
We're too young. We're too hungry. You know what I'm saying to you? We're too sharp on the button. It's as simple as that. You heard what Ben Whitaker said. He said he's looking to fight Benavidez later on down the line. That's what I'm saying to you. Benavidez disappeared from the smoke. He disappeared. He didn't take on Albert Ramirez. He didn't fight. He didn't fight fucking Ben Whitaker. He didn't fight none of them niggas down there. He didn't fight who he's supposed to fight. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Callum Smith.
Yeah, Callum Smith. Callum Smith ducked because he didn't like the terms. No. The man said, "Pay me this money, or I don't like what I'm seeing right here. So come back again." Anyway, like I said, man, the Benavidez, El Monstro, this and that. Yeah, all right, go beat up slow ass Zerdo, then go beat him up. And he says he's gonna come back down. Once he comes back down and tries to take on Beterbiev and Bevo, and then once they beat him up and knock him out, you waited for him to move up. You didn't want to fight him. Why did you drop the belt? No bullshit, man. Like I said to you, right in round one, man. There's a lot of smoke screens in this motherfucking sport. And we're here to blow that shit away. You know what I'm saying to you? Pause. We're here to blow that shit away.
Yep.
Let's go, Moses.
And he's right about that. He's right about that. That's why I said round one's methodology. He wants everyone to stay in the. That's what I said. I wanted David. People say David will run. That's what I'm saying. Stop giving me excuses to read towards why your fighter shouldn't fight these guys. I told you. Exactly. Benavidez never gave me Christian Mbili. He never gave me Eric Bazignan. He never gave me Pacheco. He never gave me Lester Martinez. He never gave me none of them guys.
Yeah.
He didn't. Hey, Ryan in round one. How did he avoid? How did he just slide through all those guys? Oh, he was meant to fight Canelo Duncan.
Canelo, that's what it was. The Canelo thing. Yeah. Everybody's fixated on that.
He used that as a smoke screen.
No, man. That's what I'm saying. No. So, for example, instead of giving me Javion Love, Ronald Ellis, Angulo, who's the other? David Lemieux, Kyron Davis. Instead of giving me those guys, Kyron Davis was a replacement for Uzcategui, but Uzcategui, no. Instead of those guys, why don't you give me those guys? Yeah. His dad said, we don't know who Christian Mbili is. Who's Mbili?
Instead of Andrade, why not fighting Billy? Yeah,
Andrade. What's I'm saying? Why did you fight Andrade? What is that? I don't understand, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. The same thing at 175. Oh, who is that? Who are these guys? Albert Ramirez. Yeah, Albert Ramirez. Undefeated.
Yeah, knockout artist.
Yeah, I don't understand. Get your ass in there with that guy. I don't get it. I want to see those fights. You can't tell me he's El Monstro and he's not. Man, tell him to go fight. Fucking, where's Katayev? Bring Katayev's ass back in it.
Oh, yeah, Imam. Yeah, he needs a fight.
So where's Katayev? That's what I'm saying. Come on, man. This is ridiculous, like I said to you, man. Yeah. He needs to fight. There's multiple guys down there. There's over 10 guys that didn't fight down there. It don't make no sense. But it's all right, then. It's all right, though. They like this. They like to run away with it, man. They like to run away with this bullshit. It's cool, though. It's cool.
So you think at cruiserweight he'll fight Jay Apataya?
Nah.
Think duck that smoke?
See, David would. I don't think David is worried or scared or it's not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not putting on. It makes it when I talk about this guy, it makes it seem like I'm telling he's a duck. He don't want us to no. He does want the smoke. So put him in the positions to get the smoke. That's a great fight. I rather see the Opatea fight than the Peteviev and Bevo fights. I rather see the Opatea fight. But we know. Once he destroys Zerdo, which I'm 100% listen, guaranteed he's not losing to Zerdo. So once he takes them belts of Zerdo, we know he's not going to fight Jay Opatea. He said, I'll move back down. No, stay there and fight Opatea.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. If you there, Stay there
but-
and fight the
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You want to fight? What's he gonna do? Swing back around and fight Badu Jack?
Right.
He's gonna go fight Badu Jack now. He's gonna go fight Badu Jack after. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna fight no
but
jail.
there's a way around the rehydration clause with the IBF, right? With Jaya, right? Because if you go in right away and fight Jaya, you're gonna have to meet him at the rehydration clause. But if you have another world title,
not if it's unified. Yeah, if
right,
it's unified.
right,
Yeah,
exactly. If you have another world title and it's unified, it nullifies that. So you might want to go that route first rather than going against him and implementing the 10-pound rehydration, because I think that that'll play a factor.
And that's why Conor Ben, we're not gonna go fight Lewis Crocker because of the 10-pound rehydration clause. As I said to you, it's all about advantages, it's all about disadvantages.
Right.
It's all about how you set yourself up on the field of battle.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. People don't understand. Like, rehydration. Yes, I'm not a fan, or I don't agree with rehydration clauses. But like I said, if you have an opportunity to get advantages over your opponent, why you do so? It's as simple as that.
Right.
No, that's facts.
Exactly. Facts.
Shout out to Z Pacino. He said you got to remember he's always been a natural heavyweight that was cutting weight. Yeah, Benavidez has always been a little bigger. He got that Navarrete body, yo.
I always said that. That's what I was saying when I was saying everything. That he was just a fat boy.
Yeah.
That boxing kept him in shape.
Word.
And what's going on with the knockout puncher? What's going on with the knockout puncher, Ryan, man? What happened to him?
Who's the knockout puncher?
Rosicki.
Oh, my guy Rosicki, man. He broke his bicep again. But he back, though. He in the gym. I see he in the gym.
Yeah, he's punching too hard, man. That's why he's punching too. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way he trains, too. Like, dude was just 100%, bro. Like, 4 mile.
Your bicep, Brian.
He ripped it twice.
That fucking to heal, that's basically, you're talking 9 months.
Yeah, he didn't take 9 months. Yo, I don't know, bro. Salute to the good brother from up yonder.
The reason why he didn't take 9 months is why you ripped it again. Like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bicep tear is bad, man. Oh,
because like I think he was supposed to fight in August, and he ripped it. But yeah, I saw he's in the gym already, but he's not punching with that arm. But he's in. That
would have been a good fight. That would have been a good fight. Him and Badu Jack. Him and Grovian McCanladian. That would have been a good fight. Him and Alberto Peleta. You know what I'm saying to you? I got him knocking out Brandon Glanton. Yeah, I got him knocking out Brandon Glanton as well. Or Leonardo.
Oh, is he fighting Glanton? Oh,
yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. I got him knocking out because Brandon Glanton just got the victory over my boy Marcus Brown over in Nigeria. You know what I'm saying to you? Shout out to my Nigerian. You know what I'm saying? My Nigerian warfares. And then you have Leonardo Musqueta. He beat my boy. He beat my boy.
Jean Pascal.
No. He beat my boy Chevion Clark. You know what I'm saying to you? He beat my boy Chevion Clark.
Oh, I thought that was
Nigerian fighter didn't do too good the other night.
No, he didn't. He got destroyed. He got destroyed.
Destroyed.
Yes. So let's see if Vito Melanecki. Let's see if he can go and do that to Troy Isley. Let's see if he can do that to Amari Jones.
Bro, they move him crazy. Like he's always ducking smoke, man.
I know. Like what the hell was that? Because he took an early loss in his career. He took an early loss. I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. He took a very early loss. So they kind of like shaped him, tried to remold him. You know, after that. So I'm looking forward to this because Vito is decent. I wouldn't say, when I say exciting, he's got potential to be a really exciting fight, but we don't know how that chin's going to hold up. We don't know how his IQ is going to hold up. We don't know how his confidence is going to be because I do want to see him in there with, like I said, Yoneli Hernandez. You know what I'm saying to you? I want to see him in there. Give him Ammo Williams. Give him an Ammo Williams now. Give him
Ammo.
Fight.
Yeah, man.
That's a good fight.
Exactly.
That's a good fight.
Very good fight. Give him how does he look? How does he look against the winner of Jesus Ramos and Sugar Shane Mosley Jr.?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good fight too. Yeah, they got him top 9 on BoxRec, but like, jeez.
Yeah, man. He needs to get him in there with Troy Isley. You know what I'm saying? Marquise Taylor will be a good fight for him. You have who else you have up there that could really give him some prop that could be a real good fight. I'm looking at him and Amari Jones later on down the line in the future.
Amari Jones,
but Amari Jones could be a better step up fight in ranking.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Or do you? How do you? It's just funny to me, man, because he should obviously Chris. This is what I'm saying. He won't. They will never get Chris Eubank Jr. will never fight Vito Menanecki, but that'll be another interesting fight as well. That'll be another interesting fight.
Yeah.
Or Aaron McKenna. I got Aaron McKenna destroyed.
Yeah, Aaron McKenna.
He will destroy Vito Menanecki.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well.
Yes.
I mean, Menanecki showed, you know, his toughness in this last fight. Let's see what he looks like in his next fight. You know,
Ooh,
there
Tucker.
was a time that I was in agreement with you. Yes. But with every fighter, I'm just willing to give the fighter that much a benefit of doubt of improvement. And Vilo Menachecki there. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, but I think that he stands to get that much better. So that right there, what you were saying, yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with you, but that I would have to see. I want to see him with better competition to see how he fares against the next level. That's all we watch boxing for, to be honest. We want to see our fighter, can he advance to the next level? Honestly, that's what we watch boxing for. You know, we want to watch our young prospect become a contender and a world champion. Is that not what we watch it for?
Yep. Ooh, Denzel Bentley. And Vito.
Yes. We got a number one. We got a title. You know what I'm saying? We got a fight coming up against. I think my name is Edri Sandvidra. Yes, we're gonna put him to sleep. Then we're gonna put Sandvidra. Once we knock out Sandvidra, you know what I'm saying? We're looking for another title shot.
Knock out Sandvidra, really? You're gonna knock him out?
Yes, we're gonna put him to sleep. You don't know about Denzel Bentley round one. We got power in both hands. Power in both hands. You gave Zanabek his toughest fight.
Yeah, he did give Janabek his toughest fight. Yo, no doubt.
No real amateur pedigree, no Olympic background. You know what I'm saying? He started boxing late, and we gave the man the hardest fight in the division. So let us get another swing round at him, man. Round one, let's get round two. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Respectfully so. You got that.
And because listen, we'll take on the Hernandezes, we'll take on the Troy Isleys, we'll take on the Vito Menanecki. We'll do that. But just give us the title, a shot that we deserve. We're number one in the WBO. Once we knock out Sandvidra, you know what I'm saying? Because he's a credible opponent. He's got bricks in his hand. You know what I'm saying to you? In my opinion, those Colombian, them Ecuadorian guys. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Edwin Rosario, one of my favorite fighters. Those guys got bricks in their hands, and they're very durable. They're very durable. So we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. We'll see. He better be ready. He better be war ready, because we're coming. We're coming. You understand?
Okay.
Word.
All right. I hope your fighter can back up what you're saying.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can, and he will. Yes, he can, and he will. We learn from experiences. We learn from experiences. And listen, round one, I'm very realistic. There's a high possibility. Well, not a high possibility, but it is boxing. There's a likeliness that he could lose. You know what I'm saying to you? He could lose. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And if he does, we still ain't throwing him to bust. I want him to go at it again and again. Man. Like Brian Newman Jr. Brian Newman Jr. lost to Devin Haney. That's fine. That's a learning experience. He was experienced. His dad was kind of, it seemed like he was a bit confused in the corner. Hasn't really been in a big, pound for pound fight like that before. You just learn from that. You come back and you continue trying to do what you've done before, knocking out Cuevas, knocking out Sasaki, knocking out Santillan. You come back, you look for the right matchups. Devin Haney was a bad style matchup for Brian Newman Jr. It's as simple as that. Yeah. Bad style matchup. Because I got Brian Newman Jr. beating Rolly. I got Brian Newman Jr. possibly beating Lewis Crocker. I got Brian Newman Jr. Knocking out Barrios. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's just Devin Haney. He's an elite style for anybody. You know what I'm saying? He did look like, to me, he reminded me a little, just a tad little bit of a Floyd. You know what I'm saying? The mechanics. No, not the.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean.
The way, and he's Devin Haney. He's there. He's not Floyd. He will never be. There is no Floyd. Floyd is an anomaly. It's just that, these guys. He comes from the tutelage of Floyd Senior, Floyd Junior, Zab Judah, Mickey Bay. He comes from that tutelage. So he looks real nice, real defensive capabilities, defensive mechanisms. He understands what's going on inside that ring. Brian Newman Jr. He looks very strong, like a deer in the headlights. So, like I said, I love Brian Newman Jr. and his dad as a fighter and as a duo in this sport. They need to come back. Like I said to you, I'm a guy that believes in underdog stories. I'm a guy that, I believe in those guys that come up, rise up from the ashes and, put on a great performance again. It's as simple as that. Because you guys, Americans, not so much the Canadian fans, but the Americans, oh my God, man, you just throw your fires underneath the bus. One loss. Oh yeah, he ain't shit. Hey, look at Amma Williams. Amma Williams got knocked out by Hamza Shiraz. He ain't shit no more. Oh, Raymond Ford.
True.
Raymond Ford got beat by Nick Bull. Oh, he ain't shit no more. I didn't really fuck with Raymond Ford in the first place. Balanga, done.
Yeah, Berlanga,
brother.
Berlanga.
It makes no sense. Dubois been knocked out multiple times. We still want Dubois in Wembley Stadium. AJ, I'm not gonna lie to you. This how bad it is. This how bad it is round one and Ryan. If AJ loses to Jake Paul, which he won't, if he loses to Jake Paul, we're still going to ride with him.
Yeah. Now you guys are with the boxing world. You know what they're gonna do.
I got
you. If he spins round, if he spins round and fights Wilder, if he loses to Jake Paul, which I don't think he will, but if he does in a crazy world and he turns around and give us Wilder or he gives us Fury, we don't care. We won't care.
Yeah, y'all packing it out. Y'all showing up.
Exactly. No, brother, talk your truth. All right? Because here in America, right, we have been so spoiled with a lot of these fighters.
Round one. Please, round one. Before you continue, I'm sorry. I purposely interrupted you. Please, I'm sorry. Sorry. Because you hit the nail right on the head. You've been spoiled with so many great fighters. You've been spoiled. We don't have no Andre Ward. Well, technically it was Joe Kazaki, but Joe Kazaki's not Andre. Joe Kazaki's not Andre Ward, but it's either there or there. That's a discussion for another day. But listen, and he's not from he's not from England. Joe Kazaki, he's from Welsh,
isn't he?
Yeah, he's Welsh.
He's Welsh.
Yes. So he's not. You know what I'm saying? He's not really our fighter. What I'm saying is that we don't have Andre Woods. We don't have Terrence Crawfords. We don't have Floyds. We don't have Tommy Hearnses. We don't have Sugar Ray Leonards. We don't have that. We don't have those things. So you've just been spoiled. Devin Haney, Shakur, Terrence Crawford, the Tanks, the Benavidez. You've been spoiled. And you just biting off more than you can fucking chew. So when we get one, like we had a Ricky Hattons, Prince Nassim Ahmed, we had Lennox Lewis's, we cherish those motherfuckers. We cherish them, man. Right. You Americans, you don't cherish shit. You don't cherish nothing. When Terrence Crawford retires, you lot are gonna fucking wish he never did. His face should be on cereal boxes. Look at the way they cherish Inoue. Look at the way they cherish Inoue. Look at the way they cherish Inoue. He's the man over there. Look at Bam Rodriguez. They don't give a shit about Bam Rodriguez. He should be in Nike adverts. He should be in Mogul. He should be in Mogul Cat. He should be everywhere. That's what I'm saying. You need to cherish these motherfuckers, man. Cherish these guys, man. I don't get it.
You know. When I hear what you say, unfortunately, it's the truth of American boxing. We have been spoiled. We've had our Sugar Ray Leonards, our Marvelous Hagglers. We've had our Four Horsemen. And when we look at the fighters today, I think that American boxing really doesn't appreciate their champions like abroad. And I have to admit that American don't support their fighters quite like UK fighters, Mexican fighters, Japanese fighters. And I wish that it was like that. But because in America we have more to look at. Baseball, football. We have a lot more to look at. That boxing is not the biggest sport in America.
Yeah, that's true.
Where that in UK, a lot of their fighters will dominate in the heavyweight division, but the heavyweight champion of America has options. NFL football, baseball, other avenues. You understand? So when that historical honor about boxing, the pride that you hold, I get it. I get it. Rightfully so. The Lennox Lewises have dominated heavyweight boxing for a while or whatever. But America is so spoiled in the fact that we are the best. Meaning, we are about 300 world titles away from the nearest country.
That's crazy.
The
That's a
nearest
crazy good
country.
stat.
Right. So, I respect the evolution of boxing. I respect what the WBC did. They made it worldwide. They made it so that it was us competing against them. Remind yourself as a UK advocate that is also you against everyone else.
Yes.
And that your guys have to show up and show out. The Ricky Haddons were good over there. They didn't perform that good against our retired champion in Floyd Mayweather. That he retired already like 2 or 3 times, but it just goes to show you the evolution. And I think that statement, you need to cross the pond to be considered great, is slowly changing, because we're starting to see the evolution of boxing where that the UK are presenting more challenges,
Yes.
Japan,
Yes.
everywhere else, and
Europe,
it's becoming
yeah.
fair. It's becoming fair.
Look at the disrespect. Look at the disrespect round one. Look at the disrespect that they give Inoue, for example. You have the Americans saying this man hasn't, because he hasn't traveled to America. Well, he did. The worst thing is they didn't know at the time that he's already been in America. They just didn't know who he was. And the worst thing is they said that they still said that for some reason. I don't know if they were talking about his brother or what, but they said, in a way, he's not pound for pound list. He needs to come over to America to fight the guys here.
That's crazy.
Excuse me? That doesn't make any sense. He's already been there, first of all. So you need to go do your research. And secondly, how you telling the pound for pound guy that he needs to leave his country to go to yours to go and fight the fighters that are not even on his level, to make it seem like he's not what he is? It makes no sense. Disrespect. It just makes me sick to the stomach how they disrespect these fighters. And you'll never ever hear me, never on this entire planet, hear me call a fighter a bum. Never. That's what burns me. It burns my ears when these people disrespect the fighters, calling them bums and cans. You can have a laugh and a joke, you know what I'm saying to you? Cool, your record wasn't that good, or you lost a lower position. That's fine. But when you're talking about you're a bum, he can, or Balanga, he's trash. He's trash. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. There's levels, we understand that, but it's the respect that goes into these fighters. That's what I'm saying. People don't understand how much I respect fighters. I super respect them, every single one of them. Even the Eric Crumbles of the world, 0 and 38. You know what I'm saying to you? I respect all of them because 90% of people are not going in there and lasting a round.
That's facts.
Even with Inoue, even with 200-pound men, even against Inoue, I don't think you even last 2 rounds.
Nope.
So it just makes me laugh. Like I said, these people need respect due. Like I said, when they leave their mark, Inoue, Crawford, Usyk, I'm going to fucking miss them, because we need to know who's the next Usyk, who's the next Crawford, who's the next. Who's it? It could be Abdullah Mason. Who's the next Inoue? Who's the next Inoue? It could be Bam. You know what I'm saying? It could be Bam Rodriguez. So we have to put some real respect on these fighters, man. Whether you're from Australia, America, Canada, Puerto Rico, Germany, it makes no difference.
No, that's true, man. That's true. I think Bam can possibly get Inoue to America. Possibly, I say. Depends.
Well, Inoue's been to America 3 times.
Yeah, he's fought. Yeah. Didn't he fight near the pandemic the one time?
Yep.
Yes.
I feel like one of them was around the pandemic.
Yes. He fought here in America 3 times, and the last time he was here in America, I was in attendance at his fight in Las Vegas. I went there and I saw him fight against Romar Cardenas.
Yes. Yeah.
So these
Knocked him the fuck out.
Oh man, listen, these narratives that these fight fans bring up, like my man here eloquently stated, it's a damn shame. It's a damn
Oh,
shame.
about the fight going back and stuff, the dates.
It's no. It's a damn shame not giving these fighters credit for just going 3 rounds. I can attest to that. I just had a fight.
Yeah, you just
not
did
too
it,
long
bro.
ago.
Hey, credit to you, round 1. Hey, round 1 again. That's what I love about round 1. He keeps it loyal to the soil. People might not agree with his points. Sometimes I agree with the majority of his points. This is boxing. It's opinion. This, I said, I've learned over the years. Like I said, I've been in this boxing circle, like this boxing underground stuff for a while. I know Ryan has as well. Round 1, you're an OG, because you're older than us, much older than us. You've been watching boxing for over 20, 30 years. You understand? So, like I said, credit to you, round 1, for even getting in there as being of your age. You understand? There ain't no 50-plus-year-old men that are getting in the ring to fight, especially a guy that's younger than you. Hell no. So I give you all the credit. Round one, I give you, because I'm not gonna lie to you, round 1. I don't know about Ryan, but I know for sure I don't know if I'm gonna ever get in the ring 22 years from now. I have no idea.
Yeah,
So,
I was
what the fuck? So what the fuck? So round 1, no, I give you all the credit, G. Trust me.
Absolutely, man. It is that's why guys can't say stuff like that. Like, guys are bums because, like, they'll never go through the sacrifice. They'll never go through the camps. The fight's kind of like the easy part of it, right? Round 1, like going through the camp is where it's really
camp. It's the camp. It's the sparring partners and everything that and the training that really take out of you. As for me, I really gotta talk about the difference between talking about it and being about it. Right? Most men will talk about it. But I try to tell the people that I was about it, that this is what flowed through my blood. Even at 51 years old, I was willing to go in there without knowing my opponent, without, it didn't matter, OC the boss, whatever, I was willing to go in there and mix it up. Why? Because it wasn't about tricking me into fighting. It was about me doing what I love to do. And when you do what you love to do, it's not as hard. This is why I say I was meant to do this. And some people might try to take this and say, oh, my YMCA membership for 5 days, whatever, and I want to get in there and mix it up. As soon as you go in there and you get to take 2 or 3 punches to the face, you realize real quickly, this is not for me.
Right.
This is something that truly I wanted to do. And it was something that in my hearts of heart, I couldn't sleep at night unless I did it. And once I did it, it was like I was over with it. I did it, but it kind of like bit me. I want more. And
oh shoot, you want to go do it again?
No, I want to do it again, baby. like I'm ready. Like, let's go. Like and that's what I think that like I just want to know that and I want to send a message out to everybody that boxing is something that you shouldn't act or fake. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. It's not something you could pretend to be. Boxing will call on you and it would expose you for the shit that you did not prepare for.
Right.
Right? And I think that I held good account of myself. I love the sport of fighting, boxing. I wish that I was younger and I can move the way I express, but I'll take what I got. I'll take what I
Round one,
got.
you made it through the whole fucking fight.
Right,
Man,
yo.
listen,
50,
Ain't get
51,
stopped.
that's all they
fucking
gave
old, man.
me. That's all they
Like,
gave me.
what the
2
fuck?
months.
Nah, that's dope, man. That's dope. A lot of dudes can't even get in there for one round. Better
No,
yet, 3.
no. That's what I'm saying. And they're 25 years younger than round one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. So just like I said, man, round one knows what he's talking about. He's very experienced. So is Ryan. He's been around. Ryan, I'm sure your dad, like I said, your dad and
Oh
your
yeah, my
family, they're
dad.
boxing orientated. You know what I'm saying? You've been around the sport. These guys know what they're talking about. So, like I said, man, no hard feelings or opinions can be like assholes. Everyone's got one.
Right.
Round one definitely knows what he's talking about more than me. Yeah, Ryan knows what he's talking about more than me. So, like I'm saying to you. So, like I said, just take experience. Open up your book. Open up your book and just take some notes.
Salute Timboski, man. That's dope, man. The round one said you want to do it again. I thought it was a one and done, to be honest. Not gonna lie.
Nah, man, listen, it bit me. It bit me, and no, it's just that unfortunately, when we're born in this life, we're not given a manual, and we don't know how to navigate through life. Sometimes some of us find ourselves in a point in life that we say to ourselves, if we had to do it again, would we do it the same way, right?
Mm.
And I think that I was given a good body. I was given a good, and I think that I can do it again on a certain level. And why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I don't want to go to sleep at night wondering what if. I know I might not ever fight for a world title or whatever, but fighting OC the boss and that is my world title. That is my Super
Right,
Bowl.
right.
You know, and when we look back at life, if you're ever given another opportunity to do what you love, don't deny it. I hope that you have the strength and the fortitude to go through with it. This is not my second chance by level, but it is my second chance by doing it. And I was willing to walk through the door. And I
Yeah.
hope that I inspired other people to not be afraid, whatever it is. I don't give a fuck if it's fucking crocheting.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. I advise you to do it, to live what you really were born to do. And even though you think that it missed you or it went you by, don't feel that way. Fucking attack it, man. Me at 51, I said, fuck it, bro. Punch resistance. If he can punch me and I can stand there, then we got to fight, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's my mentality.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all I just
So you're not
live.
gonna do
Just
the
live.
next Sport Awards. You're gonna do the one after.
No, I'm doing the next one.
Oh shoot,
I'm doing the
that's
very
March, right?
next
I
one.
guess you got
That's in March.
time. Yeah, you got time.
Yeah. 4 months. I'm doing the very next one. Look, man.
No, I just know you had the ankle injury and stuff, so I didn't know
Yeah. I still
how
got
long
it. I
that
still
took
got
over.
it. I still got it. That shit is still big as shit. That the ankle. But
Yeah, it takes time.
but there's other things I can work on.
That's
And
true.
there's other things I can train on while the ankle gets better. And I can walk through drills and everything. I'm not gonna shy away from anything. I just believe that everything in life that you want to go after, there has to be obstacles. There has
That's
to be
facts.
challenges. If there wasn't any challenges, then what the fuck was it to
We'd
go
all be
through it?
we all be successful.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So I got these challenges. I got the shoulder. I got the ankle. So what?
Mhm.
So what? You know, I'm from the show me state. You're gonna have to show me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
OC.
it.
You
You
fighting
know what I
OC
mean?
then again? Rematch?
Rematch, baby.
Oh shit.
Rematch. You know what I'm saying? And I plan on stopping them this time. Look,
Oh
I
shoot.
was this close from beating him, and they pulled some bullshit in the third round.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
gonna
was
talk about
weird.
it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about it. Fine, fuck it. It is what it is, right? So
But we got
move
the
on to the
rematch. We got
next.
the rematch. We got the
We got the
rematch then.
rematch.
Yeah.
We got the
Yeah.
rematch. But I want to have some fun. I want to go out there. I want to live a little.
Mhm.
And some people want to bungee jump. Some people want to jump out of a plane. I
Word.
want to get into a fight. That's all. We are no different. We are no different in what we want in life. Just know what you want out of your life. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Facts, bro. That's gonna be dope, man. Round one back in action. Border Wars. Hey, hopefully you bring out some more people, man.
Yeah, man.
Inspire
That's all
some
right.
more people.
Man, I hope so. I hope so. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I just man, I sometimes we do things in life we don't fully understand what we're doing. And I've been stopped on the street and people have come up to me and say, yo, round one, you inspired me in a way.
Mhm.
And, you know, like I'm like thrown back. I'm like, wow, like I can't believe it, right? But I'm just being me. I'm
Yeah.
just being me. That's it.
Facts, man. So what's up with your man Connor Benton, Boski? Who you gonna fight next?
Obviously, he was looking for Mario Barrios. It seems like allegedly he found the Rand Garcia deal more lucrative, so he signed the funeral papers for the highest bidder. You know what I'm saying to you? So, like I said, man, they're looking to line up the Rand. It seems the stars seem to be aligned. They're looking to line up Rand Garcia, Devin Haney. That makes way more sense. I don't mind if Conor Ben goes down to fight a Rolly. Fight Lewis Crocker. I don't think he'll fight Lewis Crocker because of the rehydration clause, but that's another fight I'll be interested in. Anything Conor Ben wants to do in and around 147 when it comes to the top 5 contenders or the champions. Everything now is championship based. We've done the catapult fights to the 60,000 stake. We've done the catapult. We've done the fights to catapult us into the the limelight of big fights. That's cool now. His career's been stagnating for 2-3 years now. Fuck that. We
Yeah.
want belts now. So I was like, fuck that. We
He
want
wants belts now, huh?
Yes, we want belts. We wanted belts before, but obviously the Chris Eubank Jr. fight, it was family orientated. That was more important to him in his time of his career. Fine, he's got the money. That's what I'm saying. He's got the money now. He's got the nice little fame with what comes with after defeating Chris Eubank Jr. doing something for his family. We've moved on from that now. Now we want belts. Belts now. We want belts.
Right.
I love belts. You see that belt? You see the belts behind round one.
Round one.
We want those belts.
Yeah,
belts.
Conor Ben needs some. He ain't even got any Commonwealth belts.
It pains my ears every day. Me tuning in to certain platforms, especially the Boxing Voice, talking about Conor Ben's not done shit. He ain't shit. He's beltless. Oh, look his career. It pains me, but it's the truth. It's the truth. So now we need to, come from the ashes, rise from the ashes again in the 147 division, and we need to put in some work. And we need to get these championship fights. As simple as that. If it ain't championship fights, I ain't interested.
No,
it's about legacy, man. I'm about legacy, man.
Yes.
This is why I said that.
You want to know something? When it comes to that conversation that's been in the media about belts don't matter, and that fighters can fight fights and accomplish these big imaginary bags without having belts. Well, Conor Ben is the prime example of that, which he got the bag multiple times. But after everything was said and done, when they interviewed Conor Benn, they asked him, what do you want to do next? And his reply was, I want to fight for a world title, which means that I got the bag. I got everything you said with belts don't matter. But Conor Benn says they do matter.
To him, yeah, for sure.
And Conor Benn said, I have all the money in the world, but what I'm after is a world title. So when these fighters try to come on and feed you, the boxing public, that belts don't matter, what you mean? They don't matter? The most prestigious award in your sport doesn't matter? That's like winning, like competing in football, but not winning the Vince Lombardi
Super Bowl,
trophy.
yeah, it don't matter.
Claiming you're the best, but you never won. So, what Conor Benn, when he spoke, it told me much more than words, and it solidified for me that belts do matter. In a world where they're trying to feed you that they don't. He has all the money. He has everything. There is no trilogy, he said. You know what he said? He's after a world title. And I respect Conor Benn for that. Now, whether or not he goes down to 147, 154, or wherever, I think that at one point, if Conor Benn stays the course, he will become a world champion. He's got to navigate his way through shark's water. That's it. But, truth be told, what's important here? World titles. That's it.
Yep. World titles, bro. Get them straps. Get them straps.
Yes.
No, for sure. Conor Benn can use that.
Yeah, and I think Conor Benn will become a world champion. You know, it's just navigating. Now, my best advice to Conor Benn, because I am not biased, and I will give my best advice to the fighter because I report boxing. Now, my best advice to Conor Benn, do not be led astray by Ed Hearn. Do not think that you can come up from 160, jump down to 147, and be acclimated to division to fight the champions. Conor, please, please, acclimate to the division. Fight another 147 pounder. Get a tune-up. Beat him. Acclimate. Get yourself situated to punch resistance from coming down from a higher weight. Roy Jones Jr. thought, because he came down from heavyweight, that he would do good against Magic Tarver.
Yeah.
What happened, right? So, Conor Benn, there's no hate from me. If I have to speak the truth, I will speak my truth. Please, acclimate to the division, fight 1 or 2 fights, and then go after the world champions and situate yourself in the division.
Yeah.
And then go after them. Do not allow Ed Hearn or the boxing world to convince you that you're ready for Devin Haney. Don't do that. Please. I want to see a competitive fight.
Oh, no. Hold on. Excuse me, sir. Hold on, sir. Yep. We're ready for Devin Haney. Fuck that. We're ready for Devin Haney.
You ready?
Yes.
No, you're not, bro. No, you're not.
I don't think so.
Hold on, sir. Listen, man.
You see that Roy Jones?
Listen. Ryan Garcia managed to catch up to Devin Haney, even though he was off Osterine. Yes, but it's the fact that no. I can't. Let me retreat with what I said there. Those guys have known each other through the amateurs, so it's a bit different.
Ring advantage.
Ring advantage.
It's a bit different.
Yes, like Roach and Tank. You know, they've got a history between each other. That's fine. Conor Benn, like I said, I can give you a multitude of traits on how, we're not Brian Norman Jr. in that aspect. Or we're more I would like to say we're more experienced than Brian Norman Jr. I'd like to say that we know how to have more educated, controlled aggression when it comes to someone like Conor Benn. Like I said, clinch. We're not going to allow him to do what he did to Brandon Jr. in my opinion. Brandon Jr., like I said, he seemed like a bit deer in the headlights. You know what I'm saying to you? We haven't seen Conor Benn no deer in the headlights. He's big 60,000 stadium, 60,000 twice. You know what I'm saying to you? We're more explosive than Brandon Jr. I believe we're stronger than Brandon Jr. I believe that we got a better punch selection than Brandon Jr. in my opinion.
Nah, you don't. Nah, man.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Punch selection?
What punch selection? Brandon Jr. don't unleash no. I don't see him unleash no combination. He's got
I think both of them the same.
The problem with what you're saying is that you see, you're gonna see a Conor Benn that fought against these other guys, explosive, with better delivery. But what stops that fighter is power. The same thing that stopped Brian Norman Jr. from looking like Brian Norman Jr. was Devin Haney's power, which they thought was pillow-fisted. Listen,
Devin Haney gonna put down Ben?
Look. You got to understand power, right? There's power where it knocks you out with one punch, and there's power that hits you like a hammer for 36 minutes. There's a difference. It doesn't mean that Devin's power doesn't hurt. It hurts. It just might not shut your lights out. But there, you see, Brian Norman Jr. was, he was introduced to that. He was introduced to Devin Haney's real punching power. You see, and Conor Benn, he's never been in the ring with a fighter like Devin Haney. He's been in the ring with a weight drain, Chris Eubank Jr. twice. Now, Conor Benn's rest of his opponents, I can't say honestly they were on Devin Haney's level. And when you're putting Conor Benn against Devin Haney, what I think you're going to see is a different Conor Benn, where that the power, the punch selection is going to nullify him and shut him down. And you're not going to see that Conor Benn, Conor Benn Pitbull-esque fighter, where that you see him a strong, ferocious type fighter. You're not going to see that against Devin Haney. What he's going to turn him into is a cautious fighter. That's what happens. That's what happens. Because there's a lot of fight fans that thought that Brian Norman Jr. was going to give Devin Haney a way closer fight. A way closer fight. And Devin Haney reminded the public, this is better than fiction. This is actually boxing. And Brian Norman Jr., although you thought, you kind of rushed him along. I think that Brian Norman Jr. would have fared against Devin Haney in a few more fights a lot better than what he did on Saturday night.
I agree, man.
But you rushed him along. And the same thing is going to do with Conor Benn. Conor Benn is the type of fighter that looks explosive, fast, strong. But you got to remind yourself, who did he look like that against? When we saw Abdullah Mason fight against Sam Notes. Yeah, when we saw Abdullah Mason fight against Sam Notes, didn't everybody say that Sam Notes was a better, craftier fighter, a better position fighter, and a better body punching fighter? What did Abdullah Mason turn him into?
Yeah, that was a close fight.
He didn't look like the Sam Notes that I saw on highlight reels, he didn't look like that Sam Notes that was just landing punches on fighters.
Yeah.
Abdullah Mason
But he,
showed.
nah, we got to give Sam Notes respect, man.
No.
Abdullah wasn't mowing through him. Like, I'm not going to
of
say
course
that.
not. Of
That was a
course
close
not.
fight.
No. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that he was mowing through him. But he definitely showed different levels.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And he did show that Sam Notes did not look like that against him. Sam Notes had to fight a different fight. He had to fight in his moments. He had to throw his punches in his timing. He had to, in his moments. And Sam Notes, great account of himself, but did not look like everybody else he fought against. That's where it shows levels to this. And I think that Conor Benn, although explosive fighter, strong, I think that Conor Benn in his own right is a pretty decent boxer. I think for a lot of criticism that he gets, I think that Conor Benn is definitely, mid-tier level. As far as championship level, I think he has a little bit to go. Conor Benn, if you're listening to me, if anybody gets this back to you, you're ready for Devin Haney, just not now. Just
nonsense.
not now.
No, nonsense.
All right, 1 second, guys.
You gotta go
super
back
chat.
down from
We got
160
half
to
boxing.
147.
Who dropped the
gotta show
$5
me
on me?
that.
Salute half boxing in the building, my brother. $5 super chat. He said, hit the likes. Yeah, hit the likes, yo.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
With the dip. We like it with the dip.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Conor Benn. I think it's now or never right now. So I see what Timboski's saying.
He's got to go down to 147. I just want him to be protected.
Do you think he should take a tweener fight at like 150, 152?
No, 147. Get acclimated
Go
to
to
the
47? Damn.
Well. Okay.
He's coming down from 60.
I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back up on that, right? Because just like south of the equator, north of the equator, Devin Haney fought at 144 before he brought
his acclimation.
Brian. Yes. Okay. So I take that into the account. So same thing with Conor Benn. I just want him. I want Conor Benn. And if we're going to beat Conor Benn, I want the best version of him. I don't want a watered down version. I don't want any excuses. And so I don't make any. And I wish that Conor Benn took heed to my advice and acclimate to the division at 147 just to get his punch resistance and, back acclimated to the division. Because I don't want that version of Conor Benn where they say he fought at 160, came down to 147, and quickly fought the champion, and he wasn't, you know what I mean? I don't want that. If he wins, he wins. If he loses, he loses. But on fair competition. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. That's it. I want the same thing for Conor Benn that I want for Devin Haney. I want the same thing for Bam Bam Rodriguez that I want for Naoya Inoue. The same. I just want you to beat me on the
straight up.
On the straight up. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I live by.
No asterisks, no rehydration, none of that stuff. Just straight up.
That's it. That's
you it.
That's what I'm all about.
That's what it is. Shout out to Crawford because that's what he did with Canelo. He went up
Shout out
to 68. No rehydration clause, nothing. 168. We here. What y'all think about that rematch? You think it's necessary? Canelo and Crawford?
Of course. Like I said, I'm the one that advocated for it at the very beginning of this shit. Canelo Alvarez has done enough in this sport to to tell Terrence Crawford, listen, man, I gave you a chance or whatnot. I reached out my arm, you reached back at your arm. And I was like, you give me the olive branch. But obviously, this is a moral compass, principles type of thing. Terrence Crawford doesn't have to, but I'm sure it'll be very lucrative. He won very comfortably, very decisively in the last fights, and it's a big payday. It will be the biggest payday. You know what I'm saying? So why not? Why not? I believe Canelo Alvarez is good enough to make adjustments, find out what Terrence Crawford. He's been in there with him now, so he'll have a better look at him. You know what I'm saying to you? So he might have to say just this time, let me step on the fucking gas. You know what I'm saying to you? Let me give Terrence Crawford a different look. Let me close distance a bit more. Let me work on the inside a bit more. You know what I'm saying? Different things that Canelo Alvarez can do to beat Terrence Crawford. This is what I'm saying. But like I said, styles make fights, and I believe Terrence Crawford's style is just all wrong for Canelo Alvarez. But like I said, he can still go back into the gym with Eddie Reynoso, work on his craft like he's been doing for about 20 plus years, and he can still. There's a way to beat Terrence Crawford, just that if you can apply the strategy or not. I want to see the rematch, because we don't know if that was a fluke or, you know what I'm saying. I want to see the rematch. It's as simple as that. They're two great generational talents. You know what I'm saying? They're coming to the tail end of their career now. We're not going to see them again for like, as in, they ain't going to be around for another 5 years. I'll be surprised if they're around for another 3 years. They ain't going to be around for much long. So I want to see the fight again.
Right.
If not, let Canelo Alvarez go back to 168, because I don't know if Terrence Crawford is going to keep the belts at 168. We have no idea. I don't think he is. I think he's planning on going back to 160. But that's what I'm saying. We don't know. We have no idea. Let Terrence Crawford defend his undisputed belts against Canelo Alvarez. If not, drop the belts. Let Canelo Alvarez come back to 168 and take care of who he needs to take care of down there. Whether that's Mbili, whether that's Hamza Shiraz, whether that's whoever down there.
Right. And that's the same thing that I said about, are we in better hands in the division at 168 with Terrence Crawford being champion, or were we in better hands as Saul Canelo Alvarez being champion? And I said that because of this, that is Terrence Crawford prepared to defend the belts at 168? Does he have the responsibility as a champion at 168? And he's holding up other fighters' careers. Are we in better hands now with Terrence Crawford being the champion, or were we in better hands with Saul being the champion?
I think at least Crawford will relinquish the belts because it sounds like he wants to fight Janabek. So I don't know when they're gonna do Canelo rematch. We gotta find that out. But I think after that, he'll probably relinquish the belts, or unless the IBF makes his mandatory call, then that'll be relinquished. But I think Crawford, I don't think he'll hold up the division. I just think now.
What you mean he won't hold up the division?
Because even if Canelo had it, Canelo not gonna fight his mandatories.
Okay, wait a minute.
And when he had it, he didn't fight his mandatories.
Terrence Crawford has never, and I repeat, never vacated a belt or relinquished a belt. Let's start at the beginning.
Yeah, he's been stripped.
He won all the belts at 147. He never relinquished any of those belts, and we knew he was fighting at 154, his next fight.
Yeah, he relinquished the BA. The BA. That's how he got the fight. Majumov, isn't it?
No. All the way into the fight that he fought Majumov. Remember that the IBF had to strip him and upgrade Jerome Busenis because he didn't want to relinquish any of the belts at 147. Then he went up at 154 and fought Ismail Majumov and won that title. Then he went up to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez.
No, but all the belts were gone by then.
Hold up.
He never held up the division.
Wait. No, he held up the division for a year at 147. Yes, he did.
A year? Okay, how long has Canelo held up 68?
Okay, he did.
Years.
Okay,
there's a difference here.
Let's break it down. We're going to get there, right? Once he fought Ismail Manachev and won that belt at 154, Majumov, he won that belt at 154. Do you know, until the minute he entered the ring with Saul Canelo Alvarez, he never relinquished that belt at 154?
No, he
And
didn't.
after,
No.
after he won all the belts at 168 against
Yeah.
Saul, he was still considered the 154-pound WBA world champion until he relinquished the belt that BB was his name there, that got upgraded.
No,
at
boss.
154.
They just fought for the exactly.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, he had won negotiations with Earl for the 147. They were supposed to run it back. That Earl Spence held up right to the end with, and then said, "No, I can't do it." And then he goes up, and didn't John Ennis get elevated when he goes up?
He gets elevated at 147, but he
Yep.
fights Israel
gets
Majamal
elevated.
at 154. Not defending none of the belts at 147.
No, he doesn't defend any of the belts. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the division moved on because Barrios got elevated.
It
Yep,
didn't move on.
Stanionis got elevated. They all got elevated when he fought Majamal.
Okay.
The division moved on.
Okay.
Finally.
Great that you said that. Mario Barrio got elevated 13 months after.
Yeah, so that's perfect time
Stanionis.
because you have 18 months until your first call. You get a belt, you have 18 months.
Yeah, but he has all 4.
It don't matter. He has all 4, so he has 18 months from the Earl Spence fight to defend. Mandatory. Canelo has had the WBC belt since he fought who? Yeared him?
No,
he never got called to fight his mandatory.
He had the WBC world title since David the Monster Benavidez tested positive for cocaine and lost it at the weight.
Let me see what year that was, because he never got called for a mandatory after that.
He didn't get called.
It was the IBF that called him.
No,
and the IBF title's the one he got last. Remember that.
Okay.
Caleb Plant.
Right. No, because Caleb Plant was the last belt he
That's
unified.
what I'm saying. That's the IBF. That one should have been the last call is what I'm telling you.
Right. Okay.
But that was the first one that was called.
All right. But the WBC turn has not come around full circle.
No,
the WBA, the WBO.
Yeah, maybe the BA should have called it too.
He fought Ryder for the WBA.
Billy Joe, and then Billy Joe the WBO.
And then he fought those mandatories, but the WBC mandatory hadn't come full circle.
Mm-hmm.
So wasn't obligated to fight David the Monster Benavidez that lost his belt for outside recreational drug use. So that was his fault.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay? So when Canelo went on his run, although a lot of people made a lot of, accusations and statements, you ain't fighting David the Monster Benavidez. It wasn't really that long. It wasn't.
It was long, bro. He won that WBC in 2021.
Yes.
So he never got called to fight WBC mandatory at all for until now. He never got called for it.
Hold on. Take into the account when David the Monster Benavidez left the division.
Yeah, that was last year.
Okay.
We're talking about 4 years. You have 18 months to get called. 18 months is a year and 6 months.
Yeah.
So Benavidez in a year and 6 months, where was he at? Let's see where he was at.
No. Yeah.
I think he had beat David. I think he beat David Lemieux for the interim at that point.
Yeah.
I think that's where he was at. So he had the interim, Dave. Yeah, he had the interim. He beat David Lemieux for the interim.
Right. I can't lie, right? I can't sit here with a straight face and say that.
I'm just saying Canelo. They never called his man Evers. Only IBF called his mandatory.
Well. Yeah. Right. Okay. I can't sit here with a straight face and lie and say that they never put David the Monster Benavidez through hoops of fire.
Well, they all of the division did. Everybody who was there. Because I think even and Billy was number 1 for a long time too.
Yeah, but Billy had inactivity and then he came back and then he fought. And Billy And Billy's one of the fighters that look, same situation. Like if I was to like off the top of my head bring up a scenario to like compare to this situation. Okay. Virgil Ortiz had an opportunity to fight Terrence Crawford for a very long time. He was his mandatory.
I remember that.
Same situation. I mean, I don't want to take shots at anybody, but I'm just digging up something from what I know. And I'm just saying that, David the Monster Benavidez, rightfully so, there was a point in time where people thought that he could beat Saul Canelo Alvarez, and I thought that if Saul Canelo Alvarez attacked David the Monster Benavidez early off in his career, he would have beat him.
He would have knocked him off?
No, he would have knocked him off. Because the one thing that David the Monster Benavidez did not have is footwork.
Yeah.
And if you look at his earlier fights, he has 2 left feet. And when he was calling Saul out back in that time, he had 2 left feet. And I think Saul would have beat him back then. Nowadays, it's a bit tougher to sell that. Yeah, it's a bit tougher to sell that. I think that David, he's in his prime, man. And Saul got 61, 62 professional fights. He's got a lot of boxing miles. Although he might not be up there in age, he's got way more boxing miles than the average boxer. And at this point, I don't welcome the David the Monster Benavidez fight. No, for Saul, I don't welcome it. No more. There was a point in time that I thought that Saul, yes, would beat him. Yes. But not anymore. Father Time is undefeated.
Yep.
I personally know that, So I'm just saying that I think that too much time has passed and David the Monster Benavidez might be too much for Saul right now. Yes.
Yeah, I agree, man. And I'm not saying that Canelo's washed. I don't know why people say that, but he's definitely lost a step. And I look at just all the fights. He's like 70 fights in, 500 plus rounds. Like,
it's crazy.
That's what it is, really.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like how many camps? How many camps? 70 camps, bro.
Jesus Christ. Listen. I am going to go down saying this. I think that Saul Canelo Alvarez is the last of the Mohegans. I think he's the last of his style generation where we'll see 60 plus fights out of a fighter. I think you need to appreciate what you're watching because I don't think we'll get that again. Another fighter in this era that has over 60 professional fights.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see that again. I think Canelo Alvarez is truly the last of the Mohegans, and I think that we need to appreciate him.
Nah, I agree. I agree with you, man. He's one of my favorite fighters. I think he's the best Mexican fighter, but people shoot me down for that. But hey,
yeah, when you got Ricardo Lopez, you got fighters like the What If, you got
Salvador Sanchez was a What If.
Yeah. He's the What If.
He's the biggest What If.
Horse.
Oh yeah,
he's the biggest because the boxing world won't be blind to what we saw. His talent, he was way above his time. Had he not died in a, fatal car accident, the What If. And even though Salvador Sanchez's career was short-lived, it was strong enough to even. It was
Yeah.
strong enough to even put him in the categories with the best Mexican fighters.
Oh no no no
Just
no no no.
leave it like that.
He doesn't. No 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 no. Salvador Sanchez, that guy. He is the same. I think. How old is Bam Rodriguez now?
Bam is
25 or 24.
Okay.
yeah, but
Yes.
Salvador's was only 20, right? When
No
he
no. He was
died?
20. He was 23 when he passed away. So
Okay,
then
23.
he had almost 50 fights. And
Yeah.
he had wins over Zuma Nelson, Wilfredo Gomez, multiple
Gomez,
other
yes.
guys. That's what I'm saying. So that guy was gonna be a special. That I'm so fucking pissed off that guy passed away, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just annoying. Like what the fuck, man? Then you got Julio Cesar Chavez. That guy had, I think he's got the longest unbeaten streak ever. 90 fights.
82 and
98.
0.
No. It was 90.
It was 90.
89. I'm sorry, 89.
Oh, 89.
89. He didn't get to the 90th.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. He fought Mildred Taylor. He lost in his 90th professional fight. Julio Cesar Chavez. He was 89 and 0.
Okay, and then you got Ricardo Finito Lopez, another monster, in the lower weight divisions. You know what I'm saying? Eric, you can't forget about Eric Morales. You know what I'm saying? Marco Antonio Barrera, Juan Manuel Marquez, Carlos Zareta. Carlos Zareta he's very underrated as well. You know what I'm saying? 63 knockouts, absurd power puncher. You know what I'm saying? Dominated the I think in the early 70s, mid 70s. I'm not mistaken. Domination. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you, I'm a historian. I'm a decent leveled historian. Not on Marco's level or any of that sort. I'm just a sponge. I like to learn. I like to do research. I like to go back and watch old stuff. You know, I like to look at the guys that paved the way for the Canelo Alvarez's, the Terence Crawfords, the Floyds, and all those type of guys. You got Ruben Puertas Oliveras. You know what I'm saying? He was another a monster. Miguel Canto. Like, Mexican fighters. I love Mexican fighters, man. I love Mexican fighters. In my opinion, I love them. They bring something different to the sport. The same as the Americans, the same as the Europeans, the same as when I mean Europeans, the Russians, the Uzbeks, the Azerbaijans. You know what I'm saying? Then we got our guys, the UKers, the UK guys. You know what I'm saying? We all bring something different to the sport. But the Mexicans, no, they paved the way for a lot of guys.
Yeah, that's facts, man. Mexicans. Love the Mexicans, bro.
No, you can't say boxing without Mexican boxing. I gotta admit that. There's been a joke, right, amongst boxers that if you go to Mexico and think that you're gonna go to Tijuana to pick like a cab driver, watch out because you might pick a killer. And that's been a joke amongst them because. Of just their heritage of Mexican boxing. And, and that goes for every country that is now getting world-class trainers. And I'm not afraid of competition. I actually invite it. I'm not on the storyline where you have to look a certain color or ethnicity to be the best fighter.
Right.
I believe the best fighter in the world, wherever he or she comes from, I would like to know. Because I believe that's something that you're born with. And if you were given the proper training and you were ever in the company of a world-class coach and they brought the best out of you, that's the best to see. Because as we know, life itself can take us out. Drugs, fucking prisons, institutional, and any kind of death. It doesn't mean just because you were born to do what you were meant to do that you reach that pinnacle. It's very rare when you see an athlete do what they were born to do. And whenever you see that, you see the elite, and it's very enjoyable to watch. So that, in that aspect, I commend and I welcome any competition from all aspects of the world, from all around the world. Bring it. I want to see the best. And I don't
Facts,
care
man.
where you come from. I don't care.
Facts. It's just boxing.
Just boxing.
Just boxing. But yeah, fellas, I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate y'all, man, for chopping it up with me.
No. I appreciate you and round one, Ryan, man. No. I'm being serious, man. I'm being serious. Listen, nobody does. I told you, you, Ryan, you round one, Johnny, Two Tone. I love you guys for the community and what you do for boxing. Like I said, I don't need to be American. I don't need to be Canadian. I don't need to be French, African, whatever. I love what you lot do for the sport, man. You lot put in time. Listen, I will be, like I said, I'm a sponge. I like to just learn from that. I don't mind taking accountability. I've learned a lot, like I said, over my 31 years and a half of my life. So, like I said, I'm gonna be doing the same shits as you guys, like I said, because you learn you guys are the pioneers, man. I don't like to go on my rant, but it's just, you need to know, man. As I said, you need to know. I love to get my point across, so you need to know, Ryan, man. And round one, we do support and we do advocate for guys like you, because I want you guys to be on a bigger platform, man. You guys, all these Gillian Wallow and all these other guys, and to get these big ass platforms talking about boxing, they don't even know what they're talking about. You guys need to be
Sean McCoy, man.
You guys need to be Turkey. Where the fuck's Turkey? Turkey needs to come. The two. I love Showbiz as well, because you know what I'm saying to you, he's advocate for the fans, but you guys need to be up on those motherfuckers, man. You guys, man. That's what I said to you, because you, man, putting in the work every day, man. That's what I said to you, man. I love the sport, man. I'm telling you. Without you guys, trust me, fam, the sport wouldn't be what it is. I'm telling you, man. We appreciate what you do, Ryan, at round one, man. Please.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Tim Boski, man. The show's nobody without you guys.
Yeah, man. And Ryan, we don't care if you have 1 million subscribers or 5 subscribers or 10 people, 2 people's watching, 800 people's watching. We don't care. I don't care. Man, just here to talk about boxing, and you're a very humble guy. When I say you're very persistent, very consistent, same as round one. Hey, keep doing your thing, like I said, man, G, and make sure you're around tomorrow. Ryan, please try and go to the Boxing Boys tomorrow. We need you round one. We need you on there. You understand?
Yeah. I'll be there tomorrow for sure. That's some time.
You know what I mean?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ryan, man.
Because for people that talk about boxing like Ryan, and Ryan knows that I've always supported his channel. I'm always going to show up, because here at Boxing Talking Up North, you guys need to really hit that like button, and you guys need to show your support for these boxing channels that come and bring real boxing talk, and that we have a platform that we can discuss boxing, not whether you're criticized or judged, but whether you're viewed for your opinion. And here, Round One Sports Talk and Ryan Boxing Talking Up North will give you that kind of platform. That's right.
For real, man. Yes, sir. It's all for the people, man. Boxing people. That's what we do it for. We got to build our community here, man.
We're building it up, man. We're building it. I'm telling you. Building it, fam. Some days we'll have a good days, some days we'll have a bad days, but majority of the time we want the good days, and for that to happen, we need to communicate. We need to respect each other opinions. We might disagree, you might agree. You know what I'm saying to you? It is what it is. Like I said, Ryan, man, keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep supporting. I told you on Friday, tomorrow, I'll be becoming a member. Round one, I'm sure your channel, I'll be becoming a member to support all of you guys, man. I'm telling you, man. Without you guys, it wouldn't be where it is. I'm telling you, man. I appreciate you, Ryan, man. I super do. Round one, I super appreciate you, for putting in the work that you do, fam, because it's hard, fam. It's hard, man. I'm telling you, it's hard, man. It's hard for you to even give us your time. You know what I'm saying? To come and talk this boxing shit is very important to me. You know what I'm saying? So thank you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Tim Boski, man.
And I'm gonna keep going. And I only going about you guys. I'm gonna keep going on and giving my grace. I don't need you're Glazer. I don't give a fuck. I'm giving credit where credit is due. If you don't like it, then that's tough. But these are the guys for boxing that we need. We need them.
Nah, we all gotta come together, make sure we doing this right for the sport, bro. As long as we keep it for the sport, it's gonna be good, man. For the future, for sure. But yeah, salute Tim Boski, man. Round one. Salute to the chat. By. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Yeah, Zipachino's in there. We got the aircraft carrier. My man Half Boxing. Salute. He dropped the $5. And my man Anthony Forbes, man. salute, bro. Forbes, hopefully we see you back in Border Wars. Forbes had a good performance against Vega, man. So hopefully he could keep that rolling. But yeah, man, salute to everybody in the chat. Thanks guys for coming up here, spitting this boxing. But peace, man. We out.
Peace.
Yeah.
What?
Bitch, you know.
I will slap you if you don't move this car.
Bitch, you know.
I'ma slap you.
Bitch, you know.
I'ma slap you.